Okay, so live 23 seconds, no viewers. Hell, Friday night probably isn't even a good time to do it. No way. So first, okay. So man, y'all are commenting, but this thing says there ain't nobody even watching right now. So what's up, y'all? Yeah. Okay. 3 of y'all commented, but it's showing only 1 of y'all is watching now. That's crazy. What y'all doing? I didn't even think anybody was gonna be on here tonight. I just kind of figured I ain't got nothing else to do, and go ahead and get on here and do a little something. You watching the game? What game, Spazzy? I ain't watching nothing right now. But yeah, which game are you even talking about? ZG, I'm alright. Just chilling. Been kind of just a lazy ass day, cause I ended up dizzy a lot last night, so I ended up not even doing anything. Oh, the Chargers and the Chiefs are on right now? Damn, I didn't even know that shit. I was thinking that was the Sunday night game. You'd think, considering I do the picks, I would have known that. Hell yeah. Well, I appreciate you. First live. Yeah, this is only like my 4th, I think. But hey, Skylar, considering I know you're not watching right now, but Skylar, if you watch this, I need you to tell me your idea again on how to do the giveaways, because I really like the idea, and I can't find your comment with it where you were telling me, where you were giving me the idea. So, good night to be a Chargers fan. Oh, so they're winning, Austin? I mean, that's good. I kind of thought to pick them, but you know, it's the Chiefs. So whether the refs help them or not, the Chiefs are that team. So what's the score, y'all? Yeah, what's the score, Austin? But yeah, y'all, I wanted to get on here, and I was gonna just refreshing. It's your birthday tomorrow. Well, shit, happy born day. How old you gonna be? Yeah, what time is it? 11 o'clock? That game's about over, ain't it? 27-21 Chargers have the ball with 2:30 left. Hell yeah. No, I'm not drunken. I'm just, like, my face is red because I was just sitting there popping blackheads and bumps earlier. So not too long ago, like 30 minutes ago. So it's in Brazil. Okay. Hold up, refresh. You say you're gonna be 8? Hey Mike, it's a ASMR channel. That's the reason why I'm talking low like this. But yeah, I feel, and actually I was gonna whisper, but on lives I feel weird whispering. So that's the reason why I'm like doing a soft spoken. ASMR, like, it's weird. Even though I do it and listen to it, I think ASMR is weird. So but well, refreshing. Happy 8th born day. You're young, man. You're young. So I better best keep it PG then, huh? You're welcome. But yeah, y'all, so like one of the things I wanted to say on here was, since I've been talking about doing the giveaways again this year, the shoes that I have, which I got a couple pairs that I decided to keep for myself, but I might just give them away anyway. So, but one of the pairs that I want to do is the hell is the name? Oh yeah, okay, it pulls out. Is the Bathing Ape replicas, and it sucks because I wanted this pair of shoes so bad, but even though I got them in a 12, they fit like a small 12, I guess you could say. They fit between like an 11 and a half and a 12. So, but they got the red shoelaces, they got the white shoelaces in them. But yeah, so I figured I'd do these as a giveaway. You got an accent? Hey, Spazzy, okay, what kind of accent? Because I live in North Carolina, and I've been here since I was, what was it, 12 years old? Yeah, I've been here since right after I turned 12 years old. And then, the hell was I saying? Oh yeah, I've been here since I was 12 years, since right after I turned 12. So it was what, 94? I moved here in 94. And I'm from Fort Worth, Texas originally. And then I never met my dad, so the only side of the family that I know is my mom's side. And my mom's side of the family is all Italian and from New York. So yeah, it used to be my accent was, I didn't sound like I was really from anywhere. You couldn't really tell where I was from. But the older I've gotten, it's kind of stuck with me. The southern accent has kind of been growing and sticking with me. So, but yeah, so this is one pair of shoes that I've been wanting to do, that I'm gonna give away because I can't fit them, and I figured, I mean, I could sell them, and I really need to sell them right now because I really need the money since I'm out of a job because of the medical problems and everything. But I want to, like, I've been saying for the past 2 years since the last giveaways that I did that I wanted to do giveaways again. So instead of selling these, I figured I'd give them to y'all, and y'all could keep them, give them as a gift, sell them. You know, I get anywhere whenever I do sell some, I get anywhere from like 50 to 100 bucks. So depending, because I don't try to pass them as the real thing or anything like that, because I'm not like that. So even though some of them probably could pass for it, I'm not going to do that to somebody. So let me see what some of these say. What's new? Free steak and cheese. I'll be visiting to planet Saturn next week. I've been a music artist since 1837. I want to show love to all my fans. You guys are all invited, and I'll give free steak and cheese. Hell yeah, I like steak and cheese as long as there's no bread, Brian. Yeah, that's true, Spazzy, but, you know, I'm alright, you know, and I'm alright, and I've always been the type to just give, you know, like, I mean, I don't give to the point where I hurt myself like that, but, you know, well, I guess I can say I'll give like that, because there was one time I gave my last few dollars to a dude. Oh, now this is a funny story. This was whenever I was repoing cars, and I didn't actually repo the cars. I looked for them. So I was looking for a car, and then I ended up, this was at night, in Spartanburg, South Carolina. I stopped at a gas station and I was sitting there looking at the computer because the computer that I had was set up like a cop car, and it was funny because it was in a 2013 jet black Dodge Charger, so I looked like a cop. I even had cops pull me over because they thought I was a Fed. But yeah, the car had a camera system in it and everything to where I could run parking lots. Whenever I was running accounts, I could run parking lots and it would scan tags and it would pick up tags of cars that were in the system up for repossession. So, but, yeah, so I'm sitting there in the parking lot and this dude walks up and he's stuttering and everything like that. And he's telling me this whole story about how he's homeless and he's living in his car and this and that and everything, and he had no money. And I was like, oh shit, I'll help, I'll help him out and everything. So I gave him my last $10 that I had. I had some money in the bank, but I didn't have any cash. So I gave him the last $10 in cash that I had. This dude talked to me for like another 30 seconds or a minute, and then this girl walked by, and as soon as she walked by, he turned around and started hollering at her. No stuttering, no nothing. And dude got me. Like, I thought it was fucking hilarious. I thought it was too damn funny to even get mad at. I was like, damn, dude got me, man. He got me. So I was just like, fuck it, and I let it go. Like, normally something like that would piss me off, but yeah, he got my ass. Didn't. Most of the time, most of the team is dead asleep. Austin, wait, you talking about? Are you talking about not the Chargers? The Chiefs are dead asleep. What's up, Lyndon? You mean you said a lot of people, I'm sure. You told me you're the only person that can get me to relax. Been watching for a little bit. Always put yourself first. Yeah, Spazzy, man. I'm not doing good. Like, as far as financially, like, I have my crypto. I just cashed out my 401k. They took their 20% in taxes, which they're gonna tax me again whenever I do my taxes at the end of the year. So, but I just paid off I used some of it to pay off one of my loans. I'm going to use 1,000 of it to go to Virginia and get a digital motion x-ray on my neck to see what all's going on up here, because even though I have the Chiari and everything, it's probably cervical instability that has caused my symptoms to change over the past few years, and why I've gotten to where I can't drive without getting dizzy, or if there's too many lights. Like, if I drive at night, if there's too many lights, it's like my nervous system just really spazzes out. So, but yeah, I got the money to go get that digital motion x-ray done and all that. So, but yeah, so, and my lot rent is paid up because I own the place. I just rent the land. So my rent is paid up. Leslie's helped me out and everything. So I'm good, So, I mean, I got more shoes coming. I got another pair of shoes right there that I got right over there that I got to do the video for, and that'll be Monday's video. So, but like, yeah. So yeah, I'm good to give away a few shoes to y'all, man, because y'all, even though the channel hasn't grown like I wanted it to, and I kind of hurt myself financially trying to push the channel and everything, at the same time, that have been listening and everything are the reason why the channel has even grown where it's grown to. So y'all have given me something, I can give back to y'all. So that's the way I look at it. But hey, thanks Dominic. Shit, thanks Spazzy. Yeah, man. Y'all would, yeah, Spazzy, you would, I don't believe in a plan with God and all that. Like, I don't believe God has a plan and this and that. Like, I don't even necessarily believe in a separate entity, in a whole deity type deal and everything. I think God is energy. I think God is within all of us and everything. I know a lot of people don't believe like that, but I've kind of mixed science and God to work for me. Otherwise, for a lot of things that I've went through in life, if I were to believe in God in any other way or a plan, I would be really mad. So, but, I could be wrong. And all of us could be wrong. So, but either way, I appreciate you, man. So, but, okay, and then, love the video. Okay, yeah, I did say thanks, Dominic. Week 1 win feels good. So it's over now, Austin. But, okay. And then now this is another pair that I was going to give. And these are the off-whites. These actually fit me good. So, but man, I got so many shoes. Like, y'all have seen all the shoes that I have for myself. I don't even wear them. That's like those white DCs that I showed y'all in my very first shoe video I think it was 2 years ago. I still haven't even worn them. Like, I don't understand what it is. It used to be I loved putting on different shoes and this and that whenever I had them. And now I got them, and now they just sitting there. Like, if I get a day to where I'm feeling good, which the past few days I have felt a lot better, other than like the way I started feeling last night and everything. But that's like the other day I went to Charlotte for my uncle, and I thought about putting on one of my button-ups or my polos and everything like that, and putting on another pair of shoes and one of my new pairs of shoes, and all I did was just dress normal and throw my regular old gray sneakers on that I bought from Amazon that y'all have seen me wear. So, but yeah, so I don't even wear them, so I might as well do some stuff good with them. So, but yeah, I like these. They fit good. They fit just like a 12. So, like, the only thing I don't like about them is they're just a little bit heavy, which my right foot, since I have to wear that brace on, that foot doesn't necessarily like a heavy shoe. So, okay. Respect your thoughts. I'm glad that everything has worked out. Yeah, I just had a football game. We got a dub. First game of the year. Okay, hell yeah, Austin. Hell yeah, that's good. What? I got a crack in the bottom of my screen, and until y'all's names move up in the comments, I can't see part of it. So, Suitor FC, I don't know what the first part of your name is. What's up? And Jason, what is My contacts are blurring on me too right now. What is that? Does that say Gonme? Gonme? What is that? Damn. I hate when my contacts do that. Oh, we can win. Man, I gotta get a new screen protector. Because that's what's cracked is my screen protector. So it's causing words. But yeah. So, and then these are those Louis Vuittons. These are the first pair. Y'all don't forget, all these shoes right here are replicas. So, because this is what all those replica companies have sent me. But yeah, see, these are well, you know what? Let me try these on right quick just to make sure I'm remembering them right. Any recommendations if I'm trying to get to wearing nicer colognes? Well, Gabriel, what kind of scent profile are you going for? Are you wanting something more that's more acceptable for summertime or for like work, or are you wanting something that's more of like a date night and like a sophisticated type scent? Are you wanting something more like citrusy and fresh, or you want something more like leathery or tobacco or something like that? Going to get a pair from the website. I don't blame you, Dominic. I really don't blame you. Like, yeah, I don't blame you. Like, man, I don't. If I had the money to chance, in all honesty, if I had the money to chance, like I would chance with a couple of them, just to see, because since I have never ordered anything myself, I would really like to know. So, but like I have looked up some of these, like I've scoured TikTok and YouTube videos and everything, and I haven't seen negative comments. So, and that's what I've been looking for. I've been looking for to see if anybody has said anything negative, because you know, if somebody were to go on there and buy it, it's they more than likely seen a TikTok video or a YouTube video or something like that. So you know they would more than likely go back on the one of the people's videos that, you know, did a video like mine and say say the negative experience they had. But I haven't been able to find any comments of negative experiences. So I mean, now that could be getting erased, but you know, some of the companies that I've seen, that it looks like they've been doing it for a few years. So, but yeah, I don't blame you. In all honesty, I really don't. Yeah, kind of sophisticated one that will catch people's attention, if that makes sense. Yeah. Do you want to? How much do you want to spend? Like, because I don't spend a whole lot on fragrances. I don't think you have to spend a whole lot to get something good. Now, some stuff that's cheap, oh yeah, it smells cheap. But I've got some stuff, you know, like most of my stuff is like an average price range, anywhere from fucking $25 to, I don't know, we'll say a little over $100. So it's an affordable price range. But like personally, I would probably go with, depending on, like if you like a cannabis, it's not like your skunky weed smell, but it's a very green kind of earthy smell along with sweetness, and it's dark, which is LPDO hash intense. I love it. It's one of my favorite ones. It's like $50. My son Brett, he's 17 years old, and he's liked it since I got it, and I got it when he was like 15. He loves that scent, and so if a younger person is liking that, it probably would tell you something about it. You can, it can be for older people, but evidently younger people will probably like it too. And it's dark. It's not something that I would wear in the heat and the humidity. So, but yeah. And then there's oh, what is it? Damn it, patchouli TB from Niche for All. They're more like a what's up, Chuck? They're more like a it's like Paco Rabanne 1 million, pretty much. Dr. Squatch Fireside Bourbon is like a sweet, fruity kind of scent. I love it. It's one of my favorite ones. But I would wear that more in like fall and winter than I would summertime. Then you got a sweet and spicy scent, which is Azaro hot pepper. That's one of my favorite ones. That could be probably in my top three, in all honesty. Your size 12, but some are smaller. Yeah, see, like those the off-whites fit like a 12. Those bathing ape replicas, if I didn't have to wear the brace on my right foot, I could wear those, because, after you wear shoes, they expand a little bit. So I could wear those if it wasn't for the brace on my right foot. They'd be a little uncomfortable for a while, but, after wearing them a couple times, they would expand a little bit and they would work out. So they're a 12, but they feel like a small 12. Which, you got to try different shoes on, because you can get a 12 in one brand, the very next brand you buy a 12 and you put it on and it doesn't fit the same. So, but I don't think I've heard like actual Arabic oils, but I've heard like just shit. What are they called? Not essential oils, but aromatherapy oils. So I don't know if that's the same thing. And I've been wanting to get different oils, but since right now I'm out of a job, that kind of put a hold on that. But I got an affiliate. I'm trying to straighten out something with Fragrance Net for an affiliate program and everything. So, because they confused my Christopher Cologne channel, my regular one, with my ASMR channel, and because that one doesn't have 500 subs, after they accepted my account, they turned around and ended my account. So now I'm having to straighten all that out. But I just picked up LV Imagination. It's different from most of my stuff, but I like it. I'm also a size 13. Well, hell, Jonathan, this right here, because I need to try them back on just to make sure I'm remembering right, but I'm pretty sure, because I ordered them in a 13 thinking they were going to be made smaller, but then they fit. But I ordered a 13 thinking they were going to fit like a 12, but whenever I tried them on the first time, I don't think they fit like a 12. They fit like an actual 13. So if I'm remembering right, they're too big on me. But it's been like a year. Yeah, it's been like a year, a little over a year since that. So, but I don't know, Sugar. I might, because I have so many fragrances that I don't even wear like that, you know? I seem to go after the same ones. What up, Z Plays? You're new? Hell yeah. Damn, welcome to the channel. Yeah, I have so many that those are the ones that I go for. You know, I don't wear the cologne like I used to, but when I do wear, even when I do wear cologne, I still go after the same ones. I don't go after, okay, damn it, what are they called? They start with a K. Shit, I don't remember, but I got like 4 or 5 of them that start with a K, and matter of fact, I might do a video on them this week, but I don't ever go after them. They smell good, but I don't, and I like them, but I don't go after them. My Duke Cannon fragrances, I like a couple of them, but I never try to grab them. So yeah, I don't know, I might trade, because I've been thinking about selling a lot of them, so, and then probably like buying other stuff too. But yeah, let me try these on right quick just to make sure, because these I really wanted. Now the thing about these, even if you get a size 12 and they fit, they're very narrow right here. Now the real thing, I don't know if the real Louis Vuittons are kind of narrow right here, but they squeeze every single pair has squeezed my foot right there. So oh yeah, they're too big. They fit good with the brace, but yeah, they fit good on my foot with the brace. But yeah, they're too big. They fit like between a 12 and a half and a 13. So, your brother, you're doing an amazing job. Appreciate it, Gabriel. But yeah, so I am still going to give these away, because I was going to say if I was remembering wrong and I put them on and they fit right, I was going to keep them, but I wanted to give these away, especially because I wanted to give these away. Well shit, refreshing, I didn't even know you even went anywhere. I've just been kind of yapping in my own world. But yeah, I definitely wanted to give these away, because these were the first pair these were the first pair of shoes that got sent to me on this channel. So I figured, you know what, why not? That would be a good thing. But yeah, if y'all, like, for anybody that's new on this live, you know, has never seen me before, if you check out my other videos, it will be whispering, so it won't be me talking like this. So I'm just kind of giving you a heads up, because I'm pretty sure some people, you know, they get introduced to a channel through a live, and then they start checking out the content and it's nowhere near the same as the live, so then they end up, you know, unsubscribing or whatever. But yeah, and then, you know, like I thought about giving, you know, I'd like to do some decant giveaways of the colognes, and then I thought about some hats. Like, these are my Rap Life hats, which I probably won't give away the ones that I actually wear, which these are some of them, but I have ones that I don't wear, that where I was working so much and everything, I just didn't have a chance to, like, go and sell them and set everything back up, but I'm in the process of setting up everything and getting Christopher Cologne merch. Like I want to do some of it, and I want to do through Printful. I think it's Printful. Yeah, to where it's the print on demand. You know, y'all order it, and then y'all order it, pay for it through Printful, and this and that and everything, and then it just they do it, send it to y'all, and then pretty much I get the cut after they do. But it just sucks because like I'd like to do, like, I'm still gonna do my stuff right here, like with the vinyl and everything, because with Printful, to actually make anything off of the stuff, you gotta charge a good bit. That's like I was looking at hoodies and everything, and the hoodie that I want, for myself, what it cost me is like, I think it was $40. So to make anything, I gotta charge more than $40. And me being a cheapskate, I don't even like paying $40 for anything. But yeah, like I've already got the designs in there and everything. So show us the full collection. What, of the Cologne? Yeah, Suitor. Hey, I got videos of the full collection, but like right now, like I'm not even in the same room. Like this is a wall in my kitchen that I gotta finish and everything, because my collection is in there on carts and on this rotating bookshelf. So yeah, it'd be kind of hard, because I'd have to move the mic, I'd have to move the camera and everything. So, but I probably should do like an updated video. These comments started moving too fast. What's up, DX? Use Printify for my brand, but it's probably the same thing. I don't make much off of it though. For a $30 tee, I might get $5 or $7 per shirt after shipping. Yeah, that's they're the same thing, because I have a Printify account. I have a Printify account too, but I was seeing so many bad reviews. Even for Printful, I was seeing a lot of bad reviews, but not as many as Printify. And I really wanted to do it myself. I really wanted to get because I have a sublimation machine, and I have a vinyl cutter in there and computer and all that. So I really wanted to get a embroidery machine and do everything myself. But the embroidery machine that I want, the cheapest one, is like $5,000. And the crazy thing about embroidery machines is it's not even the embroidery machine isn't even, it's not the embroidery machine that's really expensive like that. I mean, it is, but what you're really paying for is the programs. The programs, like just the programs for them, are ridiculously expensive. Like I seen this one that I could have got it for like $800, this embroidery machine. But the thing is, for what I wanted to do, since I wanted to upload my own designs and all this and that shit. What's up, Nightmare? Since I wanted to upload my own designs, the program itself was like $2,000 or $2,500, some shit like that. It was crazy. But yeah, fitting to smoke one for you right now. Thanks, because I can't smoke no more. That shit makes me paranoid, and it makes me nauseous. Damn. But if I still could, I would smoke, because I used to smoke. Shit, I used to smoke a lot. I used to sell it and everything, which I'm going to do. I got to figure out, because I don't have my truck, because I've told y'all my daughter has my truck right now, so I got to find a way to Walmart or the grocery store tomorrow because I bought a set of scales and I found my old scales, but I bought a set of scales so I could do some of the cooking videos because from what I've been seeing on a lot of these videos, they say to weigh it is better, to measure it out by weight is better than to measure it out by like per the cup and this and that shit. So I was like, well damn, since I'm wanting to do cooking videos like that, I'm gonna get a set of scales. I'm good with scales because I used to mess with them all the time, so I could do it really fast anyway. But now I don't condone doing, I don't condone doing all that. Just gonna let y'all know because, and we can get into that one day, but on another video. But what was I saying? Oh yeah. So I bought a set of scales since I wanted to do those. And then when I was going through all this stuff, I found my old handheld scales. Well, last night when I was laying there, I was like, the idea popped in my head. Cause I seen something about Starbucks and all the different kinds of coffees. And then I was thinking about, I think his name's Sensei ASMR. He does like all the DVD, street dealer DVD videos and this and that and everything. I love his videos. But I was like, ooh, I'm gonna do one where it's like you're coming to the dealer's house and he's selling you bags of coffee. So I gotta get a few different things of coffee and I'm gonna weigh them out and bag them up and everything because I figured that would make great ASMR sounds. So I'm hopefully gonna do that video sometime this week. I got a few other role plays that I want to do too. Yeah, that's what we bought the sublimation printer for. We have a sawgrass, and but man, it just like it would probably be better or cheaper to go through like Ninja transfers. That would actually probably be a better route to go. It'd probably be cheaper because man, the damn ink for that sublimation printer is expensive, and it doesn't print out exactly like I want to. Like I want it to. It would do good for certain things, but other things it has like a faded look to it. And I don't know if it's the sawgrass or what because we've used different brands of paper for it to do it, but yeah, like we bought more ink and everything for it, so I'm gonna do some different stuff. But if it doesn't work right, what I'm probably gonna do, like for certain designs and everything, will probably be Ninja transfers. So I've never used them yet, but I'd like to check them out. In my opinion, a vinyl press / cutter machine is worth it. Multiple different things you can make, in my experience, and used for motocross and custom bike decals as well. Yeah, the like the Cricut and the Caesar, which a lot of people pronounce Sizer. I thought it was Sizer too, but come to find out it's Caesar. Who in the hell would think Siser is Caesar, But yeah, it so you got Caesar, you got, oh shit, it's been a while since I went through all these things. But yeah, there's so many brands. But yeah, I wanted, like, Vever has a brand and everything. But yeah, they're definitely worth it. Yeah, the crazy thing about weed now, man, like almost every time I smell it on people, it smells musty. They smell like an old musty ass basement, and it's like, what the hell are y'all smoking now? Because just a few years ago, when I quit selling and quit smoking, which was in like, it was either 2020 or 2021. I think it was 2020. But just when I quit smoking, just like 5 years ago, that shit didn't smell like that, man. It didn't smell like no damn musty ass basement. So, but yeah, I'll smell it in people, because I still know people that smoke and everything, and they get around me. I'm like, man, y'all motherfuckers stink, man. But I'm like, y'all don't even smell like weed no more. You don't smell like old musty ass. But, yeah, and then, yeah, I can't remember exactly where I was going with that, but yeah, that shit don't, it ain't the same as it used to be. Yeah, I got it. Hey, DX, is that, man, is it the DXBZZ? Tell me if I'm supposed to be pronouncing it dabs or something like that. Or is it just DXBZZ? And just me calling you DX is cool. Yeah, hey, I got a brownie video. Like I did a brownie video, a hazelnut brownie video, like I did the Dubai chocolate, but instead of the Dubai, instead of the what is it, Katafi, or however you pronounce it, instead of that type of thing, it's with hazelnut, and it's a gluten-free brownie and everything. I'm probably not going to do sweets for a little while, so, because my fat ass ate the whole damn brownie since, the whole damn pan since last night. Now it was not a big pan. The pan's only like that damn big. But to eat that whole damn brownie by myself since last night, and I haven't really eaten anything else, it's just been that damn brownie. That's bad, you know. So I'm gonna stay away from cooking sweets and stuff for a while, because I'm like a little druggie when it comes to sweets. I've struggled worse with sugar than I ever did pain pills, acid, cigarettes, alcohol, you know. Or I've struggled worse with trying to stay off sugar than I ever did any drug. But how's your foot doing? Man, Nightmare, it's doing, like, it's not doing as bad as it has done before, but it's not doing as good as I want it to. So, I mean, it's gotten a little bigger the past few months, but the hole is probably, I don't know, the hole's probably that big in itself. But it's just, I don't know. It's like the way I got it to damn near close, because, you know, I've told y'all it was almost my whole heel back 3 years, what was it, 3 years ago? And they put me in the lab, and I started using Manuka honey on it and everything, and it damn near closed up all the way. But I could never get it to finish closing. That's the reason why they thought I had skin cancer, which I don't have skin cancer, but one part of it that doesn't want to close, that's what it looks like. And a lot of wounds that have been there for years, from what the doctor was telling me, they do develop skin cancer. So, but luckily it's not. But it's crazy, because I started using Manuka honey again, but it was causing me to hurt worse. It was causing my nerve pains to get worse, and it wasn't doing anything as far as the healing goes. Now, I don't know if it's the brand or what, but something, but I don't know, something's different this time about it. Yeah, that's my friend that I talk about, Adam. He was telling me that you can't, that everything now around here is all the legal shit. So he said you can't even really find nothing no more like you used to. Okay, Dubs. Well, shit, I got you now, man. So, I lost 13 pounds cutting the sugar and excessive snacks out within 2. Oh, yeah. You cut the bullshit and the stuff that we really don't eat because we're hungry. We eat it more because we're just craving it. You can drop weight quick. I'm not gonna say everybody, because I'm one of those ones that my body struggles to keep weight off no matter what I do. But yeah, most people, you start cutting out stuff like that, they drop weight no problem. Me, and I don't know if it's my Chiari that has caused it or what, but there was something in my genetics somewhere, because my mom is the same way. My mom, most of the healthy shit that I know about, my mom is the one that got me into when I was younger. Like, she put us on a diet whenever I was younger, that it was a clean eating diet, and we could have one day a month that we could eat just whatever we want. And whenever I'd get to that day, halfway through that damn day, because I was eating whatever I wanted to and I wasn't eating clean, by midway through that day, I would be so fucking sick. And it has stuck with, and that was like, she was married to a stepdad that I had, so I was like 10 years old then. So, yeah, I was like 10 years old when that, and I'm 43 now, and it has stuck with me my whole life. But yeah, but even though she has taught me that shit, and that woman will eat healthier than the majority of fucking, people that you see that are ripped and this and that, she has always had trouble losing weight. Like, she said she was always the biggest kid on, outside playing, and she stayed outside playing. Like, they're old school. The old school crowd, hell, they'd kick you out and you couldn't come back in until later on that damn night. So, till they kick you out in the morning. It's like, don't come back until tonight. So she was part of that generation. But yeah, she said even when she was a kid, she had so much trouble losing weight and keeping it down. And I've been like that ever since I was 11. Up until I was like 11 years old, I couldn't gain weight. I could eat whatever I wanted to, however much I wanted to, and I was pretty much skin and bone. And then I hit 11 years old. I still lived in Texas, but my grandparents moved up here. I came up here, spent the summer with them, and went back. My mom said I was a couple inches taller. I had a double chin when I went back and everything, and ever since then, I have had trouble losing weight. The only way I can really lose weight and keep it off is if I starve and work out. And it is really hard trying to starve all the time. And I used to work out a lot, but I can't work out no more because, well, I try to work out and it sets off my neurological stuff. So considering I need that pairing of starving and working out, I can't do it. So I have trouble keeping my weight down no matter what. But it's weird because, like, when I used to work out, when I used to do that stuff, I could build muscle faster and actually get stronger. I could build muscle faster and get stronger by starving myself and working out. If I would work out and I would try to eat regular, my body would become sluggish and my muscle would build slower and I would have more trouble keeping weight off. I literally have, for years done better working out and starving. My body, you wouldn't think, if you're not eating, you wouldn't think somebody's gonna build muscle, but I was total opposite. The more I starved, the more energy I got and everything. And it's weird because every test, which, not all blood tests and not all tests always show stuff. So we should all know that by now, or a lot of us should know that by now. But I have nothing with my thyroid. So what I'm attributing that to is the problems with my spine, with my nervous system. But yeah, it definitely helps to cut the bullshit out. And you got these people, it's weird because, like, I listen to some of these influencers on social media, because you got some of them, they're influencing you to stay the hell away altogether from stuff. And then you got others that are, that are trying to tell you, nah, that ain't the way you need to do. You can't eat crap. You can't eat this. You can't eat that. Just do it in moderation. But for a lot of us, moderation don't work. The body and losing weight, among all the other stuff, is very complex. I know some of y'all already know that shit, but it's more complex than they try to make out. And for a lot of people, it's not it's not, for a lot of people, it's not just shit, I forgot what I was gonna say. I started reading the comments and then it left. But, yeah, for not everybody, can lose weight. That's like, look at some people. You got some people out here that can eat whatever they want, whenever they want, and they're ripped. And I've known a few people like that and been jealous of them because I would love to be like that. Me, it's almost like I can look at food and my body wants to gain a pound or two. So, what up, Devin? What's up, Bean Malone? And Dubs, you said, hold up, gonna head back into work, doing some OT today to have a 3-day weekend. Hope you have a good rest of your day and night. Looking forward to the new video. Shit, Nightmare, I know you probably gone already, but damn, you too. So there's a big one for people too. You'd be surprised how many calories you can drink. Oh yeah, most definitely, Bean. That's most definitely true. Well, Jonathan, you probably already gone, but man, take it easy, have a good night. Sleep good, dude. But yeah, I completely agree. I think it's also because nowadays food is modified to be as addictive as possible. You can hardly find any real organic, hardly GMO foods like... Yeah, I know. And so many of the crops that are grown to be used in GMO foods, to be used in processed foods, highly processed foods, are GMO. Like, peanuts are high GMO. Soy is high GMO. Wheat is high GMO. Tomatoes are high GMO. Corn is high GMO. I'm not saying all of the crops are, but, a lot of it is GMO. So, yeah. Never say can't, brother. Yeah, Bean, that's true. I'll get back to it one day. And I can't, and if you're talking about the losing weight, or, if you're talking about the working out, if I can get this going on with my neck, if I can figure out exactly, because I think there's more going on than the Chiari and the syrinx. I think there's cervical instability, or possibly like an intracranial hypertension deal going on, or maybe even a spinal fluid leak. Because I do fit symptoms for a spinal fluid leak. I do fit symptoms for intracranial hypertension because I do get a lot of pressure in my head. And I do fit symptoms for cervical instability, mostly cervical instability, on top of my Chiari and syrinx in my spine, which I know I use different words for syrinx. Like, you can say cyst, you can say syrinx, you can say syringomyelia, so they're all interchangeable, really. But yeah, so I know I say different words, but I'm talking about the same thing. But yeah, like, I fit a lot of symptoms for cervical instability, and especially considering the past like 3 years, 3 to 4 years, they've been changing. And at first it was like it would happen every so often. The symptoms that I experience a good bit now were only happening every so often. But as time has went on, they've become a lot more consistent. They've become a lot more consistent. So it's just, and yeah. So if I can get that fixed, because there's MLS laser therapy, there's prolotherapy, then there's something else that I can't remember exactly what it is. There's stem cell therapy and everything for it, where they inject. But if you don't know, cervical instability is where the ligament and the muscles that hold your head on really weaken, and your spine, whenever you move your head or your neck or whatever, everything is supposed to move perfectly in perfect alignment with each other. But as you're moving your neck, each section of your spine is, like, we'll just say, well, shit, I can't give a good example. I don't have nothing, but yeah, each thing is moving, it's not staying in alignment. It's kind of like hanging over and everything. So whenever I get it, if I remember, I'll upload my scan, my video, and show you. Or you can look it up, digital motion x-rays. So you ever thought about stem cells? It is a little pricey, but man, it is worth it. My pops got it done, and it worked wonders on his spine. He stopped taking pain meds and everything. Yeah, Dubs, that's what it is. Like the ligament and the muscles weaken, and there's a number of things that can cause it. Like, one of the things that causes it is people looking down a lot at their phones. Like I've seen a lot of stuff saying that it's happening more and more now, and it's due to people looking down all the time at their phone and stuff. So it's weakening all that. But like EDS, which is Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, it's a connective tissue disorder. I don't know if you've ever heard me talk about it. I've mentioned it a little bit, but it's a connective tissue disorder. And you have different types of EDS. There's a bunch of different types. I think there's like 20 different types, I think, because you got vascular EDS and all that. But the one that a lot of people struggle with is hypermobile. So like a lot of people with hypermobile, they can take their thumb, like you see how mine can't, it's not touching. They can take their thumb and bend it and touch their arm, no damn problem. Like their skin is real stretchy and everything. Their joints pop in and out of place a lot, and there's a number of things really. But yeah, it weakens everything. And a lot of people with cervical instability have EDS because the EDS has caused the weakening of that ligament. So now their head and neck isn't staying stable. But yeah, and like something else I read, that stress can cause it. And over the past few years, I've been real stressed about the shit with my kids, and wanting the channel to grow, and me tearing apart this place and then not getting it fixed, and being depressed because of the kids, and then just experiencing more medical problems. So I have been real stressed. But so it could be that. But I've wondered too if, because I have the Chiari, because 15%, and this is just known, up to 15% of people with Chiari have EDS. So like if somebody has Chiari, it is good for the doctor to try to find out if they have EDS. Now it sucks because EDS, Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, not all of them show up on a genetic test. Like the hypermobile doesn't show up on a genetic test. You have to do just certain testing, and like seeing if their joints are hypermobile or if their skin is extra stretchy and stuff. But like vascular EDS and other forms of it, they show up in genetic testing. So, but you got to find out, like, considering so many people have EDS that have Chiari, and Chiari, there's not the best way, and damn near the only way to treat it is a surgery, decompression surgery. And they take a piece of skull out. They take a piece out of the back of your skull, and then so your brain has more room to sit, and all that. So what up, Cat Mosh? Think about it. Thanks. Appreciate it. Dubs, stress is one of the most dangerous to go through. It's a repeat cycle, like you said, and for me, that's why I take my meds, because my muscles will tense up. Now, Dubs, do you take, is it the Valium that you're talking about when you said meds? because I know Valium is a benzo, and it sucks because benzos, like, I don't know if you've ever, I don't know if you've built up a tolerance to it or not, but like with my lorazepam, that's the reason why I try not to take it unless I absolutely need it, because I built up a tolerance to it years ago when they first put me on it. And that shit had, I don't know if you've heard me talk about it, but I'm pretty sure I have, but it had me trying to check myself into a crisis center. And, cause, I was taking it the way it was prescribed at first. And then because I was building up a tolerance to it, I was spazzing the fuck out more. So I'd start taking more to stop it. And then after so long, I'd start spazzing out quicker. So then I'd have to take more to stop that. And before I knew it, I was taking way more than what I was supposed to because my tolerance just kept building. And then I started finding out how dangerous benzodiazepines can be. So I ended up trying to check myself into the crisis center here. And the guy told me, the guy that I was talking to whenever I was first trying to get in there, he was like, man, you really don't seem like you're in a crisis like that. He said, I can check you in, but he said, what I think you need to do is, I think you need to go back to your doctor. Because he was saying, because I was so aware of everything, that's the reason why he didn't consider me in a crisis. So, which that has been a blessing and a curse at the same time, my awareness of things. But yeah, he told me that and everything, that I probably should go back to my doctor and get my doctor to wean me off of the lorazepam. So I was like, well, damn, okay. So I left there, and instead of going to the doctor, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go to the pharmacist, because the pharmacist knows the medicines better than the doctors do. The doctors really don't know shit about the medicines when it comes, when it really comes down to it. The pharmacists are the ones that really know the shit. So, or at least from my experiences. So I went to the pharmacy, and I talked to one of the people in the pharmacy. It might not even have been the pharmacist, but it was one of the workers, behind the counter back there. And I'm pretty sure it was the pharmacist though. But she told me how to wean myself off of them. So that's what I did. I weaned myself off of them, and it fucking sucked. Coming off of benzodiazepines was way worse than coming off of any pain pill I ever came off of. So, and I came off of pain pills like 2 or 3 times over the years. But yeah, benzodiazepines are way worse, because it's not just, when you're detoxing from pain pills, you're fucking dope sick. You're hurting really bad. You might be running a fever. You might be sweating and all this and that shit. Me, what I mainly went through when it came to detoxing off of pain pills was I would hurt really bad, especially my joints, and I would hurt way worse than even while I was taking them, which I didn't even necessarily take pain pills. Yeah, I got started on them when I got hit by the car, but I never really took pain pills for the pain, because they didn't take away my pain. They just jacked me up so much I wouldn't pay attention to it. And I'm one of those, I preferred to be jacked. So that's one of the reasons why I used to drink so many damn energy drinks. And hell, now I can't even touch one. But yeah, so I would hurt really bad whenever I'd come off of them. But the lorazepam, coming off the lorazepam, god damn, that shit was hell. Because it wasn't just it was my mind, and it was my body spazzing the fuck out on me. So yeah, so now I only take them when I absolutely need to. And it sucks, because when I start taking them, when I've gotten to where I've had to take them a few days in a row, I can start feeling it. And like Leslie used to trip on me, because whenever she first met me, I was going through all the stuff with my ex, and I would take them, I would take one day, and then the next day I would be a fucking ball of rage, and she would trip out on me because I would call my ex And I would just cuss her the fuck out and everything like that, which, in ways she damn deserved the shit. So, but I still shouldn't have been doing it. But yeah, the next day I would always be a ball of rage, and it was just, I guess it was my mind trying to readjust. But yeah, damn, lorazepams, benzodiazepines, period, be careful with them, man. Normally I read the comments more than this. Just diazepam, 10 milligrams. And yeah, over the years I only go a few days on and then a few days off. Try not to take it every day. I get it, man. I was that way with my oxy script. I ran out too. Yeah, see, and that's another thing too, Dubs. I've kind of wondered if some of the stuff that I go through, that I attribute to my neurological stuff, to my Chiari, I've kind of wondered, is it the lorazepam changing things in my brain? So I don't know. I've not looked into it deep enough, to really try to talk about, but it's something I've wondered. Because, I've told doctors, I've went to the ER and everything for my heart rate doing crazy shit, or something, something with myself, doing something with my body doing something crazy. So I went to the ER, and, when I've told some of the doctors what medications, I do take here and there, or if I take, or what supplements I'm taking, or whatever, I've had a couple doctors pretty much freak out on me because they couldn't believe that my doctor was giving me a prescription for benzodiazepines. So okay, what's up, Michael? Yeah, okay, so you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, that shit sucks. What kind of benzo did you have to withdraw from? Just chilling, man. Still recovering from being at the Eagles game last night. Oh, shit, Cat Moss, you went to the damn game? Because I know you're on my Facebook. If you posted any pictures of it, I don't think I seen them. Or maybe I did, and I just was blindly scrolling. Which I do that sometimes too. I get on Facebook and I just start scrolling, don't even really paying attention. I'm not even really paying attention to half of what I'm looking at. But hell yeah, hey, so you're an Eagles fan, I think. I'm pretty sure I seen a picture of you in Eagles gear, didn't I? Or am I thinking about somebody else? A lot more bearable to taper off the Valium than the Oxy 20s. Oh shit, really? Oh yeah, Oxy 20s. That's some pretty strong shit right there. I mean, it's not as high as some of the stuff, but that's like I got a friend. He was on. What was he on? He was on Roxy's, but I can't remember which Roxy's he was on. And that dude, man, he gets dope sick bad. I haven't seen him in a while. I need to call him or at least text him and see how he's doing. I feel that's also I'm scared to take them every day because withdrawal can kill you. Yeah. Withdrawal's a crazy thing. You'd think, oh, it's getting out of my body. Hell yeah, this is a good thing. But then the shit that it'll do to the body is just crazy. The body's a really crazy thing, man. The more I've learned about it over the years. What's up, Alice? I'm doing all right. And what about you? I could be doing better, but I could be doing a lot worse too, So, hope you're doing all right. Yeah, I completely quit after I crashed my vehicle after I fell asleep driving. Oh, doctor, I'm done with that shit. But anyways, go Birds. Huh. Yeah, damn. Yeah, I never come close to wrecking on any of the pain meds or anything. Now I did whenever I used to drink. But drinking was never my thing like that anyway. But I did it more so whenever I was younger. As I got older, I pulled away from it more and more because it really wasn't my thing to begin with. Yeah, right outside. Oh, hell yeah. Shit, Catmosh, I thought you lived in, like, Ohio, man. I don't know why I was thinking you lived in like, Ohio somewhere. Yeah, I don't know. But hell yeah, that's cool as shit. Man, I've never been to an NFL game. I always wanted to go before Brett Favre retired. I always wanted to see Brett Favre. For as shitty of a person as he is, I always wanted to see him play. Because, before we found out what kind of person he was, that was a lot of people's favorite football player. So, and he was who made me love football. So I always wanted to see him play before he retired. And then I always wanted to see Brady play before he retired. But I never got to see him. So I never got to go. But yeah, I would, if I can get control of all my shit, I would like to go to a game one time before I die. I mean, I'm not saying I'm gonna die now, but I'm just talking about, before I'm 80 years old. But Xanax and Suboxone at the same time with a little help for Kratom. But that shit is killing my kidneys. Yeah, man. I heard Kratom isn't good for you like, a lot of people thought it was at first. Shit. I've heard a lot of bad shit about it, in all honesty. Like at first, whenever it first got big, I had friends that were, that were fucking. I had an older friend, like he was way older, like he's already passed and everything, but he had a lot of problems, and he took Kratom, and he said it helped a whole lot for his pain, and the dude that I was just talking about that was on Roxy's and everything, he was talking about how much it helped and everything, but yeah, it evidently didn't help when I'm talking about get off of it. But yeah, like at first they were saying how good it was for pain and this and that, and then throughout time I started hearing about how bad the shit was for you. Billy, what are you talking about recently? Which thing did I say that you're talking about? Because I've been yapping like hell. I take the powdered kratom, but they have this new research chemical called 7-0, which is 13 times stronger than morphine, and it's legal. God damn. Which is advertised as kratom. Okay, shit. Damn. The benzos, I still take them when I absolutely need to, because they calm my stuff down, which lorazepam is damn it, what's the word I'm looking for? An anticonvulsant. Like they give it for seizures and everything. So no, that the whole me coming off of them wasn't recent. That was back in 2014 or 2015 was whenever they first put me on them. I think it was because it was before. It was either a few months or like a year before me and my ex-wife split. So yeah, it was like 2015. But yeah, Dubs, YouTube numbers are full of shit, man. I take the powder kratom too. Yeah, and for all the different things that I have wrong with me, you think I would have tried it at least once, but I never tried kratom. Oh shit, Tyler. Yeah, I damn sure don't want none of that. $400 a day. God damn. $400 a day. Shit. Damn, Dubs, I don't even think I've ever spent that much on any fucking drug I was ever addicted to. Well, shit, Tyler. Hey, I wish you the best at getting off of it. Go back over. Yeah, $400 a day. Shit, that's a lot of money. Yeah, damn, that's a lot of money. Yeah, Michael, it really is a good group, man. Some of the people that are normally on the lives aren't here tonight, but I don't know if you know, but I normally do lives on a Sunday. I've only done like 3 or 4 lives, but I was doing them on Sundays. But I just figured I'd do this today, and I'm trying to figure out like some other things that I'm gonna do with lives too. But yeah, there's usually a good group in the live, in the live chat on the live videos. Man, Tyler, you know what's crazy though? Like ASMR a lot. It's weird because ASMR a lot of times will set me off. Sometimes, like if I am anxious, like you'll probably hear me say I don't have anxiety like that, and I'm just referring to like the doctor's trying to tell me my neurological symptoms are anxiety, which I do believe anxiety is from my neurological symptoms. But, it's not what they're necessarily talking about. But I do get anxious, and I've noticed when I do get anxious sometimes, not necessarily because of the symptoms, just because which isn't a whole lot. It's just here and there. But I've noticed whenever I get anxious and I try to listen to ASMR pisses me off. Like even the stuff that normally helps me out will piss me off. It's crazy, man. Yeah, see, it's saying 14 viewers for you. It's saying 11 viewers for me. I gotta go back up here and read these. Watch a lot. Oh, okay. Yeah, Billy, it is, man. And like, I started feeling fucked up about shit because I'm the type, if I say something, I'm doing it. And like last year, or the last couple of years, however long it's been since I did the giveaways, and I kept wanting to do them, but shit kept getting in the way and this and that. I kept saying I was gonna do them, and then I wouldn't do them, and it's just like, come on, dude, damn. That was kind of like adding extra stress that I was putting on myself because I was wanting. I kept wanting to do it, and I kept saying I was going to do it, and then I wasn't doing it, and like I said, I've always been the type, if I say something, I do it, and if somebody says something, I expect it, I expect them to do it unless some bullshit comes up. So, but yeah, so yeah, I'm really gonna do it this time, but I need to get myself a little bit better financially, so I can do them, so I can afford, to do things and mail them out and everything, which whenever I do the giveaways, it's only going to be here in America, because if I do it outside of America, the shipping usually costs out the ass. So damn, Dubs, you sound like you go through the same type of shit I do. Yeah, that's like... What up, RJ? Damn, Spazzy, you still here? I didn't even know that. 10 plus 1. What's up, Matthew? Really relaxing when you like read the chats in your head, but mumbling it out loud like a whispering vibe. Yeah, man, I didn't know, I know it's ASMR, but whenever I do a live, I feel weird whispering during a live. And I don't, which I think ASMR is weird anyway, but yeah, I feel weird whenever I whisper during a live. But, yeah. Man, Spazzy, in all honesty, I didn't think I was gonna do this that long. That's like, the last time I looked at the time, it was 1:07. I mean, it was a minute, it was not a minute, an hour and 7 minutes. Right now it's sitting at an hour and 26 minutes. It doesn't even feel like it's been, it doesn't even feel like it's been like 20 minutes since then. So, for me, it's overstimulation, which is when I know. Yeah, see, and I don't know if it's necessarily overstimulation or what, because, like, inaudible, like, I'm pretty sure y'all have heard me say inaudible whispering drives me nuts. But whenever I listen, whenever I'm like that, whenever I am anxious or in a bad mood like that, because it's not even necessarily anxious, it's also like if I'm in a bad mood, or if I'm feeling a certain type of way about certain shit, and I listen to ASMR, all of it will trigger me like an inaudible whispering does. So I gotta get my wallet out from under me. Man, a wallet, whoever thought about putting a wallet in a man's back pocket? It's really crazy, because that shit is uncomfortable as hell when you're sitting down a lot. Why is it, why was it, designed to go, or not designed, but whoever thought about it was like, let's put it in our back pocket. Why wasn't it made to where there's a pocket on the side purposely for a wallet? I mean, I know we could put it in our front pockets too, but yeah, why wasn't there like a hip pocket for wallets? Because, I mean, shit, I gotta get all the damn paper out of here. That's what's mainly in my wallet, and I know my wallet's raggedy and old and busted up, but my kids got me this wallet like a year or two after me and my ex split, and they got me this wallet. It was either for my birthday or it was for Father's Day, and I'm just like, I'm a sentimental value type person. So, like, my mom got me a wallet that's sitting in there. Leslie got me a wallet that's sitting in there, and because they got me a wallet because I needed a new one, because this one's so busted up. But I don't know. I can't bring myself to switch wallets. So, and I don't know, maybe if my kids were around more, I would. But it's just like, I guess I don't do it because subconsciously it's like a piece of them is with me, I guess. But hell yeah, sitting on a rock for damn sure, that is what it's like. Okay, yeah, Billy. Hell, man, if you want to, yeah, I'm good with that. Yeah, Yeah, RJ, and what's crazy is I think somebody said that they weren't really digging the soft spoken, because I did a video not too long ago where I did soft spoken instead of whispering. Viewers help with shipping, or is that just me? And that anxiety is no joke. I've tried to go to the ER and they told me I felt like I was going to die. Yeah, see, like, what they tell me is anxiety, they caught my heart in the middle of an episode one time, and this was in 2010. This was me and my wife. We were split at the time then too, and this was whenever she was pregnant with my youngest son. But my mom was picking me up from a place I was working at, and I was on crutches at the time for the hole in my foot because I've had this thing for years. And I sat down in the car, and when my heart rate does that type, whenever it jumps up, usually it is because I have went from standing to sitting or from sitting to standing. It's a dysautonomic problem. It's like, if y'all have ever heard of POTS, postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome, it's like that. I have POTS-like symptoms, but I don't have POTS, and I think it's because of all the shit with my neck. But yeah, like, I can turn my head sometimes and my heart will skip beats. That's not anxiety. But anyway, so I sat in the car, and as soon as I sat down, my heart rate went sky high. And then the anxiety came, because, hell, when your heart rate jumps up like that, it gets scary. But I can stay calm like that usually. So, sometimes I freak the hell out, but usually I can keep myself calm. I'll take in a deep breath through my nose, out through my mouth a couple of times, or sometimes, like, if I can feel it trying to do it, I'll cough a couple times because that'll stop it. And sometimes I can feel it do it, and I'll cough a couple times, it'll stop it, or I'll take a deep breath in and it'll stop it. But then I'll get really exhausted. Like, I just need to go lay down. That type of shit isn't anxiety. That's a problem. But anyway, I sat down and my heart rate jumped up. And whenever my heart rate jumped up, I couldn't get it to slow back down. So, and luckily we weren't far from the hospital. I told my mom, I was like, shit, man, I need to go to the I need you to take me to the ER because I can't get my heart to slow down. So she took me to the ER. I got in there. By the time I got in there, to the front desk, my legs didn't want to hold me. So, and then being on crutches, it just made it even worse. So I just sat down in the floor. And the nurses came out and everything. They were checking my blood pressure. They checked my heart rate. My heart rate was at like 180 right then. So they hurried up and got me back there. And they got me back there. They started hooking me up to stuff. My heart rate was at like 250. And I was feeling like shit, like horrible. And they stuck my arm with a needle to put because they were going to put an IV in. And whenever they stuck my arm with the needle, my heart rate dropped from like 250 down to about 120. And the doctor told me, he said, man, you have what's called not postural ortho, that's POTS. You have paroxysmal atrial tachycardia. He was like, what's happening is your nervous system is crossing signals and causing your heart rate to spike. He said that's the reason why whenever we stuck your arm with the needle, it dropped, because that needle stick shocked your nervous system. He said whenever something like this happens, you can dump like a bucket of cold water on you or your face or whatever, or do something that shocks the nervous system. So and a lot of times when I start feeling like my heart's going to do shit like that, I can put a cold bottle of water on my neck and it'll try to calm it down too. That's another thing I can do. But yeah, so paroxysmal atrial tachycardia, and he told me, he said, the reason why you keep getting told this is anxiety, he said, because something like by the time you always get in here, your heart rate has went back down. And he said, it's not like a heart attack. It's not, your blood work ain't showing stuff, so your blood work's coming back good. He said, but so you got to catch this in the middle of it to diagnose it. So And then a few months later, I kept reading on my Chiari, I kept reading on stuff because in '96 when I hurt my neck, they told me that I had. They didn't tell me I had Chiari malformation. I hurt my neck playing football. All they told me was, you don't, damn it, what the hell did he say? He was like, the doctor said that I didn't need to play football anymore, that my cerebellum was herniated in my spinal column. He said, as long as you don't play football or anything like that, it shouldn't give you any problems till you're about 60. So I was like, damn, fuck that, man. I'm going to still play football and this and that and everything. But then a few months later, I got hit by a car. So whenever I got hit by the car, I never thought about it again, but I got back to riding bikes. I got to doing this. I got to doing that. I got to doing pretty much everything. And then I never really had a problem other than very little symptoms that I had all my life that I never paid any attention to, or that I always thought was just normal. But then in 2008, during the workout, everything changed. And then I kept getting told, oh, it's because it's anxiety. Then I got told, oh, it's because you're out of shape or you're overweight. And I'm like, well, why did it all start in the middle of a workout when I was in great shape? I used to ride bicycles. I used to work out every day, this, and that, and everything. No doctor could say shit. It's because they don't know and they don't want to admit that they don't know. So they'd rather gaslight you and dismiss you and shit all over a patient before they admit they don't fucking know. Just tell me you don't know. That's cool. You don't know, okay? But sorry. I can get really angry and go into that really fast. But yeah, so after a couple years of that, I was just like, you know what, man, this is more neurological. So I started reading on neurological problems, and I'd read and read and read, and one day, and this was after the ER incident where, and they put me on metoprolol and everything, and the metoprolol helped. I got to where I could work out again and everything like that. Started smoking weed again for a while and all that shit, and got back in shape, but eventually the metoprolol quit working. The weed quit helping because it did help me too for a while. But that's a whole story in itself. But yeah, so I came across Chiari malformation. It was like, holy shit, that's what I have. That's what the doctor said whenever I hurt my neck playing football. They never gave me a damn name for it. So I went all those years, like that, and then I spent like 2 or 3 years studying on, or getting told that it was anxiety and overweight, and then spent months trying to find reading up on neurological problems. And then I spent another like 3 years, because it was like 2013 or 2014 that I finally got a doctor to listen to me and do an MRI. And then they did an MRI, and that's when they found out my cerebellum is herniated 3 to 5 millimeters, which now it's like 5 to 6 millimeters. But that's when they also found the syrinx in my spine too. Syringomyelia, whichever word you want to call it. So, which September is Chiari Malformation Awareness Month, so I guess that's what we're doing. We're bringing a little bit of awareness to it. But yeah, so I ended up, whenever I ran across that, I was like, holy shit, that explains why I keep having these problems. If my brain is herniated and it's disrupting the flow of the cerebral fluid and the cerebral spinal fluid, and it's possibly putting pressure on my brain stem and everything, that explains why my nervous system is fucking spazzing the hell out the way it does and why it's not working right. So yeah, I don't remember why I started saying all this, but whatever, I'm sure one of y'all remember why I started saying this stuff. But yeah, oh yeah, I did because of Dub's comment. But yeah, so see, that's what I'm saying. Like, my stuff isn't anxiety, even though I experience it here and there. And when my symptoms get bad, I experience anxiety because of the symptoms. Damn. But yeah, my bad. I'm still having trouble trying to figure out exactly what I was saying when I first started saying that shit. I'll help with the shipping. Yeah, Billy, if y'all want to pay the shipping, that'd be cool, because I got the Cash App and I got the Venmo. So, sorry, man. I'm chatting it up. Shit, you good? Hell, I'm damn talking it up, too. Normally, I read the comments better than what I'm reading them. But I felt a story. I lived that. God damn, dude. Yeah, I'm sure that shit hurt. And I had back issues ever since, paired with the muscle tension. Therapist said it helps to just stretch as much as you can. Helps spasms too. Yeah, man, because tight muscles make everything worse. Got to go later, fellas. Have a great day. Hey, Michael, if you're still here, peace out, man. Hope you have a good night. Man, contacts. Yep, they say you were fine until you were not, and then they try to say they saw the signs and get. I don't even get them to say they saw the signs. That's like the doctor I seen at Duke a few months ago. Safe and healthy. Hey, you too, Spazzy. Peace. Yeah, but yeah, Dubs, that's like, I seen Dr. Cutler at Duke, which the one that I really wanted to see was Dr. Gerald Grant. He's like one of the top neurosurgeons whenever it comes to Chiari. But I think the oldest he sees is 39, and I'm 43. So, there went that. But I seen one of his colleagues, what's his name? Dr. Cutler. Now, I asked Cutler in the appointment, I was saying that I wanted to do an upright MRI if I could, because when I'm up, that's when my symptoms have a tendency to get worse. Like, I lay down and everything gets better. Like right now, I feel all weird in my head right here, which isn't shit compared to the other stuff I feel. But like when I feel really off, I can lay down and get better, which is a symptom of a spinal fluid leak. And like I said, I have a few things go on that I wonder if that's what I have. But yeah, that's one of the classic symptoms. You lay down and you feel better. But what am I trying to say? Damn, trying to keep my thought process on the same thing is hard sometimes. But fuck, Dubs, what was I saying? Damn, it just left me. I'm thirsty as hell. Shit, what was I saying? That sucks. You were talking about your neck pain. Well, even how laying down helps it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. I was telling the doctor about I wanted an upright MRI done. And I didn't say reflection and extension because I wasn't really up on cervical instability like I am now. But I was saying I wanted that done because it automatically, if you're upright, for one, my symptoms getting better when I lay down. But on top of that, you'd think with the cerebellum being herniated, that being Chiari is a herniated cerebellum, you would think that a person being upright would be a better MRI scan than laying down. So I wanted an upright one, and I really wanted one of my whole back. But he tried to tell me how the upright MRI wasn't as good. Which, the more I've been reading on them, an upright MRI is actually better for a lot of things. But another thing, if you're dealing with a patient with Chiari, and for one, it would be good to just do a full spine MRI. Another thing that would be good to do a full spine, a few reasons why it's good to do a full spine MRI is because especially if they have a syrinx in their spine. So considering I have a syrinx in my thoracic region, you want to really find out if if that patient has a syrinx somewhere else in the spine too, in the lower part of the spine. And you also want to find out if they have tethered cord, because a lot of people with Chiari have tethered cord. And if you have and on top of it, if you have a syrinx in one part of your spine, you could have it's a possibility you could have a syrinx in other parts of your spine too. So it would have been better for him to do a full spine MRI. So considering he's supposed to be a specialist in Chiari, for one, why didn't he know to do a full spine MRI? And then you're gonna sit there, and then whenever along with other things, and then considering it's a possibility that I have cervical instability, why didn't he do a full spine MRI with flexion and extension, because with my head back and forward? And why didn't they do a cinematic, or at least a cinematic MRI, which is where they can see how well the spinal fluid / cerebral fluid is flowing? All that should have been done, but it wasn't. But yet you call yourself a damn a specialist in Chiari? Come on now, come on. Why do I know this shit, and why do other patients know this shit? But you're the surgeon that's chopping people's heads open, but you don't know that shit. That's a motherfucker I don't even want around me. So I'm not going back. And I'm finding out a lot of even neurosurgeons don't know a whole lot about cervical instability. Chiropractors know more about cervical instability. So now, but you don't want just any chiropractor jerking on your neck either, because the same way a surgeon can kill you or mess you up, so can a damn chiropractor. And I've learned that there's different chiropractors, which I always thought a chiropractor was a chiropractor. But I found out recently you got multiple kinds of chiropractic. You got Atlas Orthogonal, you got NUCCA, and then you got some other ones too. But like the NUCCA and the Atlas Orthogonal are the more gentle ones, because if you have if you have certain spine problems or a problem like Chiari, you don't want just any damn chiropractor snapping and cracking your neck and jerking you and this and that, because they can really kill somebody with a problem like I have. So, but yeah, I see ASMR, so I suppose you're going to put me to sleep. What's up, Junior? Yeah, I guess so. Dubs, I agree. Most of the time, they will also forget the connecting vertebrae going up into the neck. Oh shit, I accidentally pressed the spinal cord, which covers it all, like you were saying. At least in my experience. Yeah, like there's so much that goes on that they seem to ignore, and it's just like, why are you ignoring that? So it's just, it is crazy, man. Like being somebody with this stuff, and going through all the shit that I've went through medically with doctors, and talking to all the different people that I've talked to with different problems, from Chiari and the syrinxes to cervical instability to people with gallbladder problems, because I'm in a gallbladder group on Facebook because of the problems that I've had from before I had my gallbladder taken out, and the problems that I still have, and then all the other stuff I've learned about from looking into, trying to figure out, well, maybe it's not the Chiari like the doctors say. So I've learned from talking to a lot of people and reading comments and reading people's experiences, and just even hearing doctors that are waking up and realizing, hey, yeah, just because we're MDs doesn't mean we know everything, and we're willing to admit it. And so listening to doctors like that, and listening to like the neurosurgeons that have done work on people, that the people had symptoms that aren't your mainstream symptoms, but the symptoms went away after they done the surgeries and everything. Listen to all that, I've realized how little we actually know, like the medical field, and people that don't work in the medical field. And I'm sorry. But why, and why are so many why are so many doctors so close-minded that patients are having to learn and tell these doctors this shit? Like, that's not cool at all. I mean, so it's just, that's like, I shouldn't, me being a patient, I'm paying you, the doctor. I shouldn't know more about certain things that you should be doing to find out what's wrong with me than you do. I don't understand it. It's like, and then that's like they tell the patients, you got so many people talking about advocate for yourself and this and that. The only problem is when you start advocating for yourself, you as a patient become a problem to the doctors. They start labeling you as a problem. And then whenever that starts going around that you're a problem patient, you have even more trouble getting the help that you need. It's pathetic. The medical field and doctors in the medical field need to be more open-minded and need to realize there's a lot more in-between shit going on that doctors and science has not figured out yet. So, but yeah, I didn't mean to go off on all that because I could really, really go off on all that shit. And whenever I do, I get really amped up and I get really angry about it because that's like my cousin. My cousin has POTS. And I haven't seen her since I was like 15 years old. And I seen her the other day at the hospital, and it was my uncle's daughter. And we're 6 months apart. But she developed POTS. It was either after, because she said she had the vaccination, but she's also had COVID too. And she said she developed POTS after one of them. But that girl was so out of breath. Like, I get to where I feel like I'm starving for air. Like, I'm breathing fine, but I feel like I'm just starving for air. Like, I'm not breathing fine. But she was standing there whenever me and my mom and my mom's boyfriend first walked up to her and her daughter. She was standing there and like, the trouble she was having breathing, it was like she just ran a mile. But she was just standing there. And that's the way she was pretty much the whole time we were there. But yeah, damn. Fuck. Oh yeah, and so many doctors don't know what they're doing when it comes to POTS, but they keep telling her the same thing. It's anxiety, it's this, it's that. Damn. No, it's not. I mean, maybe you have it. Maybe people like that have anxiety, but come on now. No, it's not. So, damn, doctors need to realize that anxiety, for a lot of the people that have chronic illnesses like Chiari and dysautonomia and damn, I can't think of the other, like cervical instability and different things like MCAS, which is mast cell activation syndrome, and you have other problems going on. That anxiety is the symptom of the problem. So, like, it's just like so many of these people are like me. It's like, well, I wasn't like that before. I'm not like, that's like, they'll sit there and try to tell you, oh, it's anxiety and this and that. So why is it there's days I can think about my problems, I can talk about my problems all day long. Nothing ever bothers me. And then there's times my symptoms can hit me and I'm still fine mentally. It bothers me, right? And then there's other times it hits me and my mind goes all to shit on me. And I started to freak out. It's because the anxiety is the symptom of the problem. The anxiety is a symptom, just like my heart rate going out of rhythm and experiencing tachycardia, just like my dizziness and everything like that. The anxiety is the symptom. The anxiety isn't the problem. And that's what these doctors are not realizing with certain people. I'm not saying anxiety doesn't exist, but I'm just saying among people with certain chronic illnesses, anxiety is a symptom of the problem along with the other symptoms that the problem is causing. And doctors need to learn this shit instead of dismissing the patients and patients having to suffer because of them. Pisses me off. It's an ASMR channel and I'm having to fight myself not to get crunk. Hey, what's up? Open your mind. What's up, Bernie? Watching at 10:22 a.m. Oh shit, you're all the way around the other side of the world then. Hell, what time is it, y'all? Damn, 1 o'clock. 1 a.m. here, so shit. 10:22 a.m. watching ASMR. That's a good time. Why waste all that money for multiple different opinions? And yes, they will label you as med seeking, or they hit you with, well, I went to med school for a reason. Where's your degree? Yeah, see, and that I haven't had one ask me where's my degree yet, but I have had them try to blow me off, and then I've sat there and broken things down to them, and then they've sat there and looked at it for a minute and been like, well, yeah, I guess that could cause that. It's like, yeah, dude. Damn, why am I the one? I'm paying you. Me and my insurance are paying you to figure this stuff out. Why am I having to enlighten you? You were supposed to be enlightening me and helping me. I'm the one presenting information to you and enlightening you now. You should be paying me, not me paying you. Damn. And that's sad that it's like that. That's like in the cervical or in the Chiari group. There's people in that Chiari group that aren't doctors and aren't radiologists that can read an MRI better than doctors can. And it's just like, and there's people in there that know their shit so good. I'm like, I wish you were my doctor because you know your shit better. But it sucks when you have to live with something that alters your life in such a way. You have to learn the shit. And it sucks because then they tell you, oh, stay off Google, stay off this, stay off that. Why? Google's the only motherfucker that's helping me. Damn. It's just like, y'all ain't helping me at all. You ever get that tunnel vision? Shortness of breath is no joke. I passed out multiple times and they tried to label it as just anxiety for me. Yeah, see, now, like, it's crazy, Dubs, because I've seen people with, I've watched plenty of videos trying to differentiate my symptoms and everything. So I've watched a lot of people talk about anxiety and this and that, and, like, I've seen some people talk about their anxiety was actually causing seizures. Now, I wonder, was there more going on? Or was it just that fucking bad? I guess I could see a fear freaking you out so bad it causes that. But I don't know, man. I don't know. Yes, it does feel like you were dying. Passed out multiple times and they tried to label it as just anxiety. See, and the thing about, like, anxiety, if you're hyperventilating, like, if it is truly just an anxiety attack, like they try to say, and that causes hyperventilating, I could see it, cause the shortness of breath and the hyperventilating causing you to almost pass out. But what is causing that? Because, like, there's times I think about death, like, because I've died before and didn't see anything. Death fucks with me. So yeah, sometimes I think about death and I get panicky. I do get anxiety, but there's other time, and that is still different than what I feel, than my neurological symptoms that I feel that I go to the hospital about, that I try to tell these doctors about. But, yeah, it's different, but, like, shit. It left me. Fucking left me. I'm so sick of that shit. That shit gets on my nerves. And I know that's gotta be. It could be some of the drugs from back in the day. It could be some of the hits to the head. It could be the Chiari. It's probably all three in all honesty, but that shit gets on my nerves. But yeah, it's crazy because that shit, it's it's different. Whenever I'm thinking about death, like sometimes I think about death, it doesn't bother me, and then other times I'm sitting there thinking about death, and I start to freak the fuck out. And you know, like there's been times I felt fear of what's going on with me to the point where I feel like I'm about to pass out. So, yeah, I guess it could be anxiety, but at the same time, you know, what exactly is causing that? And considering you were talking about you've taken different shit, could it be the medications causing that? Because, see, that's another thing, man. That's like Levaquin. When they tried to put me on Levaquin for my foot and Levaquin antibiotic, when they tried to put me on Levaquin, that shit, I took one. And a little while later, my chest was hurting, and I was like fighting myself not to run over people and start shit and everything because it was trying to make me belligerent. But like I was saying earlier, my awareness, I've always been aware. Like I've always sat there and like my mom always used to say, crazy people don't know they're crazy. And I've looked at myself over the years at times and I've been like, yeah, my mom said crazy people don't know they're going crazy, but what if I'm just so aware of it, I'm watching myself go crazy? So, but yeah, so I was aware of that shit. And I haven't felt exactly what I felt since I took that damn Levaquin. And there was a lawsuit out on either Levaquin or Augmentin, which I'm pretty sure I might be remembering wrong because this has been since like 2017. But I'm pretty sure there was a lawsuit because of Augmentin destroying people's nervous systems. And I was on Augmentin a lot, you know, for years because of the hole in my foot before everything started with me. So I've wondered too, is it the Chiari that has caused all my neurological problems, or is it all the antibiotics that I was on for a long time? So I don't know, but ow, I'm telling you, it's hurting to sit like this. I gotta look through these comments. It's 11:56 p.m. for me. Not trying to get you riled up about it, but I'm just saying I completely agree. I'm no specialist, but that doesn't sound like regular anxiety. Dubs, have you ever had an MRI? Because if it all started after you falling and it messed your back up like that, I wonder if you have any of the stuff that I've mentioned. So they haven't actually like really looked at your spine and your upper cervical region and your brain. Yeah, because I know if they were to like, that's like there's so many different things like that. Considering you fell like that and you're having some of the problems, like me, if I was a doctor, there's a lot of in-depth tests that I would end up doing on you to look at your brain and your spine and all that shit, because you know there's so many things that's like, man, these Atlas orthogonal chiropractors. There's this one that I just happened to run across Instagram, and he was talking about, you know, he started explaining a lot of my symptoms that have came on over the past few years, and he was talking about, you know, he used to see these types of patients only every so often, but the past few years he started seeing them a whole lot, and it has to do, you know, it has to do with the Atlas being out of alignment. and it's a gentle, he's talking about anxiety, digestive problems, this and that and everything. And it's burner upper, I think it's burner upper cervical, BERNER, if you want to check him out on Instagram, if you want to check out his videos. But yeah, like people coming in with anxiety and this and that, and it's because of their atlas being off. And there's a weird thing with me, and it's kind of weird right now because, like, he even mentioned, like, people having, like, this lump on the back of their head. Now, back here, I can go down smooth, no problem. I go over here, and there's, like, a lump, and it's only on the right side of my neck. And I've asked other people if they have the same thing, and I've even, had a couple people let me check myself, and I'm the only motherfucker that has that. So, and I'm the only person really that has all the symptoms that I have, other than, like my cousin and stuff. So, but yeah, I heard him say that shit, and I was like, damn, that makes sense, man. So, like, I wanted to go see him, and he's in Georgia, but it's $1,500, and I'm like, but now if I have cervical instability, that's not going to treat my problem, because my cervical instability, if that's what I have, would cause my atlas to come back out of position, so even easier. So if I were to have that problem, I need to have the treatments for my I would need to have the upper cervical instability. I would need to try to get that corrected first. Huh. Yeah, shit, Nightmare, I'm still here. I'm surprised I'm still here, too. Because I'm at 2 minutes and 6 minutes. I'm at 2 hours and 6 minutes. I never dug deep into it because I was lucky enough to get off with a fractured vertebrae in my lower spine. Nothing too serious about my brain, but again, they blamed it on muscle tension in that section because my lower back will have almost crying because it hurts so bad some nights. No, so you got discs out of place and shit. Saying that's another thing that they found out with me, with this past MRI. Like, they found that's another thing. They said my syrinx was stable, and my Chiari was still stable. But they said, but it said that I have protruding discs in my thoracic region, and it's probably right around, and I haven't looked exactly, but at the scan itself, but it's probably right around my syrinx in my thoracic region. But yeah, they told me, well, since those are stable, even though my symptoms have gotten worse and changed and this and that, they still sat there and was like, but we'll see you back in another year. We'll do another scan another year. Okay, so fuck. But the problem is, even though my syrinx is still stable by the look of the MRI, and my Chiari is still stable by the look of the MRI, the longer that those are there and damaging the nerves that they are damaging, the worse the symptoms are going to get, and the harder it's going to be to reverse it after treatment. Because the longer a nerve is damaged, the harder it is for that nerve to heal. Hell, just like anything else in the body. So it's just like, so y'all should have really done surgery already. Maybe not even on the Chiari, but at least the syrinx itself, to try to relieve that damn thing, to quit causing the damage that it's already caused. So, I mean, trust me, I'm not one that really wants my skull cut open and a shunt put in and all this and that shit, but even though I look fine right now, and this is what I've talked about is the mind fuck of this, even though I look fine right now and I don't feel all crazy right now, I can't do nothing. I can't work out. I can't drive. I can't go work my damn job that I was working. My job that I was working was easy. But it would set off dizziness and all that, and all it was doing was me doing this. Now I know that starts activating everything in here, but as I'm doing this, I get dizzy. Pressure would start building in my neck and go through my head right here, and all kinds of shit, you know? So even though I seem fine right now because I'm not doing anything, I can't do anything. So how is it I'm not a candidate for surgery? And then on top of it, the MRIs don't show everything. Like, I talked to this one girl one time, and she was saying that her MRI showed pretty much the same, her cerebellum was herniated the same, right around the same thing as mine. I think one side was the same as mine, and then the other side was herniated like a little bit lower or a little bit less or something. But she was having all kinds of debilitating symptoms, and whenever they went in, she said one side of her cerebellum was herniated almost 20 millimeters, and the other side was herniated, I think, like 12 or 13 millimeters. So that was, the herniation was way worse than what the MRI was even showing. So it's just like, maybe the MRI, maybe I don't have cervical instability. Maybe I don't have other problems going on. Maybe the Chiari is getting worse. The MRI just isn't showing it, you know? So it's just like, damn. But doctors aren't thinking about that shit either. And I don't get it. Frosat, appreciate it. New Zealand, man, I would love to go. I would love to visit, you know, New Zealand, Ireland, what is it? Norway, Switzerland. I would love to go out that, you know, that direction. What's up, Romeo? New York. What part of New York? My mom's side of the family is from New York. You be selling merch soon. Yeah, actually. You know, like, I'm trying to get, that's like, I'm setting everything up on my Printful and everything to get going on that. And then I'm still gonna do like the vinyl like this hat is. So, but the stuff for Printful is gonna be the shirts and like embroidery and everything. But the vinyl, which I'll probably do cheap, which I will do cheaper. The hell was that? But I will do the vinyl hats cheaper, and those will be through me, but they'll still be on the site and everything. So, but yeah, I just, to do that, to do the vinyl and everything, I gotta get things in that room situated, because like, as y'all can tell with all this work on, my house is not the way I need it to live and to run a business and to make videos and do everything really easily. So yeah, I'm always moving something from here to there to fix it, to do this or to do that, and I'm going through everything, and I'm trying to set everything up to where I can just, you know, flow from one thing to the next. You know, if I want to live, I can live just fine. If I want to work in here on shirts or hats or whatever, I can do that just fine. If I want to have people over, good. If I want to cook and make videos, you know, making videos of cooking, I can do that, you know. I'm trying to get everything straightened out. So that's one of the reasons why I haven't done it yet, because I haven't, when I was working, I didn't have the time. And then even though I haven't been working for for like a month now, for a lot of the time, I've ended up laying around. And then when I wasn't laying around, I've been trying, my daughter had the surgery. So last week I ended up spending a couple days up there. So like every time I've had the time to work on stuff, I've ended up having to do other things too. So that's unfortunately why I haven't gotten stuff done in the past month yet. But it definitely will be coming soon. Because I've been wanting a couple different Christopher Cologne hats. No, seriously, for me, some days I wake up and it feels like it isn't real because the disassociation is so crazy. Even though my MRI showed nothing, I've never heard a more accurate explanation. Dubs, see, I experience the same type of shit. Damn. So yeah, I wonder if you should go see like a Atlas orthogonal. For real. Why? Look up Burner Upper Cervical on Instagram. Berner. Damn. Look him up and watch him. He's in Georgia. I don't know where you're at, but he's in Georgia. And like I said, I wanted to go see him, but that's $1,500. So to go see him, to get scans, to get my first couple treatments and everything like that, which I guess is an alright price because that's digital x-rays or 3D x-rays or whatever it was. I can't remember exactly what he said when I called, but it's certain x-rays, it's a couple treatments and the couple visits and everything for $1,500. So I guess it's alright with how high prices are right now. But like I said, I don't want to go down there and do that and get my atlas adjusted, thinking that's my problem. And I have something like cervical instability because then it'll be totally useless and I'll have wasted $1,500. And the only way I'm having $1,500 right now is if I cash out my crypto. And right now, I am down a few $1,000s in my crypto. And I do not want to take a loss again because the first time I lost out on my crypto like that, we had our 2020 bull run and all that shit. That was my first bull run. Well, everybody told me whenever everybody told me through all that, you got to be patient and this and that and everything. So the market started to crash. But I was like, you know what? I'm going to be patient. And I made a little bit of money here and there where I was kind of swing trading and this and that, but I did have stuff that I wanted to hold on to longer, but everything started crashing and I was just like, oh shit. I was like, you know what though? I'm not a patient person. They said, you gotta have patience with this. I'm gonna hold on to it. And I held on to it and everything bottomed the hell out. So I ended up needing the money. Right, this was like right around the time I was starting the channel. I needed the money and this and that. I was like, I'll use the money that the channel makes and reinvest in it. And then whenever the next bull market happens, the next few years, I'll be all right. So I cashed out my money. And then, so I lost out on a lot of money then. And then the channel didn't do what I thought it was going to, so I didn't have the money to put back in over the past few years. So I didn't start putting back in until 2024, March, I think, of 2024. And then I kept putting money in, and I was studying and looking at previous all-time highs and what coins I was getting in and what their all-time highs were and what their potential was to reach their all-time highs again and this and that and everything. And then I was up a few $1,000s in December. And then when Trump got into office, which at the beginning of the year has a tendency to go down anyway, but then the tariffs and all this and that shit, it just became a big problem. And then when Trump created his own coin, and then there was pretty much a rug pull on that, we had a lot of problems in crypto. So things went downhill. So I went and I took loans out like, I took a loan out around Christmas time to put money in. When I wrecked my truck, I took a big chunk of that money, and instead of fixing my truck, I put that money into the crypto market. And then I took a loan out of my 401k and put a lot of that into the crypto market around November and December. But I was up a few $1,000s in December, and then things kind of started to go down, and then the tariff talks and all the other stuff too. The market went downhill. So now, even though I'm up a little bit on XRP, and I'm up a little bit on Kronos, and I'm up a little bit on my Bitcoin, which I have barely any damn Bitcoin at all. I am down in pretty much everything else, and I am down thousands of dollars. So I don't want to cash out right now, because in October, November, and December, in Q4 a lot of things go back up usually. So I'm trying to wait for Q4 to fully swing and to go into full swing. And September is usually a bad month. Usually, they even nickname it Rectember. And then October it starts going back up in November and December. So I'm trying to hold out to see if this shit goes back up instead. But it sucks because I need the money to, or not, I don't need it, but I could really use it for certain things. So, but I don't want to cash it out now, because if I do, then I lose out thousands of dollars. And the loan that I just used my 401k to pay off was one of the loans that I took out around Christmas time. So, and I took it out for $2,500. I've already been paying $120 a month every month since then. I still paid a little over $2,200 to pay it off. So if I were to cash out now, I lose the money there, and I lose the interest that I've already paid on that loan. So I'm trying to really leave my crypto alone, because I do not want to lose out on the thousands of dollars. I lost out thousands the last time that I worked for. I don't want to lose money that I worked for again. Well, some of it I didn't work for, because it came from my truck being wrecked and a loan and stuff like that. But the rest of the money I put in, I worked for that too. But yeah, so I'm trying not to touch that to do stuff. But Ola from the UK at 6 a.m. Hey, what's up, Christian? My favorite, my best, or whatever it was that you said, UK viewer. Hell yeah, that's cool, Nightmare. Now, Nightmare, I know you spell it with an X, but am I saying it right? Because I figured you probably spell it with an X, because somebody else already took the actual name. Disassociation. Yeah, the disassociation shit is crazy. I don't know if I've ever said it on here, but I know I've said it to other people. I feel like I'm on bad drugs a lot of times. There's days that I feel like I'm on drugs more than I ever did when I used to take drugs. So I'm the same way. I feel it only helps because drywall was my life for a little while. So I don't really mind doing the hands-on work. It just gets repetitive. Sorry, y'all. I'm trying to read the comments and catch back up with y'all, because I know I'm off. What's up, Chief? Keep in mind, I'm in Oklahoma, but I will, because our medical system is not the best by any means. We're last in education in the whole U.S. Damn, really? Shit. Well, shit, I don't think we're much better here in North Carolina and in the South, but But hey, there's some really good doctors in Texas too. It's like I was talking to one of the people, and it was either the Chiari group or the cervical instability group the other day on Facebook, and she was talking about the doctor that that a doctor that she seen was in Texas. I was like, and in Fort Worth actually, which is where I'm from, and I even told her, I was like, damn, I'm from Fort Worth too, so I would be able to see a good doctor if I was still there. But oh yeah, so there's good doctors when it comes to shit like this, and long COVID, because that's another thing I've wondered, considering my symptoms really ramped up about a month after I had COVID. Even though I was starting to experience stuff before then, they really ramped up after, about a month after. So, which I don't know how many of y'all have heard me. I know I probably said it once or twice, but see, that's another thing. Like, I just burped. Like, when y'all see me stick my hand up, I burped. But it felt like my head shifted. It didn't, but that's what it felt like. I never used to feel shit like that. And that's not normal. And that's not anxiety, So, and if it was anxiety, I'm too damn calm for it to be going into a panic attack. So, but okay, Dubs, it's Berner, Berner, upper cervical. Berner upper cervical. On Instagram. Best experience with crypto, but with stocks and trading, I've had much better luck. Yeah, man. I think I have Meta, and I don't have much of Meta or Tesla. That's just sitting on my Robinhood account. It's barely anything. I think it's 100 of one, like $100 worth of one, and then maybe $6 of the other. I think it's $100 worth of Meta and like $6 of Tesla, I think. Or the other way, no, or it was the other way around. $100 of Meta and $6 of Tesla. Yeah. Am I saying it? Yeah. I think this. But as far as stocks, that's all I got. But what I've wanted to buy into, I've wanted to buy into silver. Because, gold is so high, but silver is still cheap. So I would have liked to have I would like to get into silver, but before it starts really going up crazy. Because, if the Fed cuts interest rates, which job numbers are not looking good. So, and inflation altogether is not looking good either. I think it's I think it's up around actual 5% when looking at everything, and wages aren't keeping up with that. So, I was watching a thing on it earlier, but I need to go and actually look at the numbers myself. Because that's usually what I'll do. I have certain people that I watch videos of. And then I turn around and go and read myself, like Brian. Brian, he's an Asian American dude. I think he's in Chicago. He's got a channel called Clear Value Tax. He's an accountant. I've been listening to him since like 2020. The dude is pretty damn dead on everything, on his predictions and so much shit that he says. So that's one reason why I like listening to him. But like, I'll listen to him and then I'll go look at stuff, and the dude's legit. So he's not one of these YouTube channels that's just spitting out a bunch of bullshit. And they even sent him a letter for considering him to be in the whole Doge thing. So, but yeah, and hell, if it was up to me, he would have been the one to lead something like that. So, if he ever, I'm not a voting type person because, damn, well, we can get into that altogether. We can get into all that on another video. But if I were to vote, if I were to go ahead and just say fucking vote for one of these jackass motherfuckers, I would vote for Brian of Clear Value Tax, because, like I said, the dude knows his shit, and he seems to be pretty straight up. So, and that's the problem with politicians. They're not straight up. But, yeah, so why the hell did I even start that? Damn. I've been running my mouth for 2.5 hours now. So 2 hours and 29 minutes at this very moment. That's crazy, y'all. Damn, no wonder my jaw is starting to hurt. But it's good because, like, if I were, and see, this is another thing that I was talking about, something else that we've been talking about, Dubs. Like, if I'm talking normal, like with my normal voice, or if I'm trying to rap, like, I can't rap for long. Like, every time I start trying to rap, after I rap a verse a few times, or I rap a few verses, damn, all my symptoms start up in my head and in my neck and everything. And that's another thing about cervical instability. Cervical instability can also cause TMJ, and TMJ can mess with the cervical instability and this and that shit from my understanding, from what I've seen people say, and from what I've read. So, but if I whisper, or if I talk lower, I can do more. I can talk longer than I can if I'm talking normal, or if I'm trying to rap or something. That's like, man, when I used to do rock rap, I had to stop because, which sucked, man, because I was, well, I'll just say this first, but whenever I used to do rock rap, I had a band. We were getting ready to cut a demo and everything, but where I would sing the chorus, because it was so hard, because we were kind of like trying to think of the few different bands we could mix together, but well, I'll just say Limp Bizkit. We were kind of like old school Limp Bizkit, but where I would sing during the chorus, it's kind of like Limp Bizkit meets Rage Against the Machine, kind of meets like I guess you could say in a way, a Three Doors Down. Like all those mixed together. But what's up, Dakota? But yeah, whenever I would sing, it started setting everything off. Like, I would let go of a note and the back of my head would just start throbbing, and I would get dizzy. I would go pale and everything. Like, I'd even have my friends slash band members stop sometimes and be like, man, you okay? I'm like, dude, man, I feel fucking bad. Every time I let go of a note, my head starts throbbing and everything, and I feel like I'm gonna pass out. And they're like, man, you look like shit. So I ended up having to quit the band, and I had to quit rapping and everything, which sucks because right around that same time, I got to spit something for Jeff and Jay Dixon of Disturbing the Peace Records. I'm pretty sure it was DTP Records. I'm pretty sure that Jeff and Jay are the owner in AR, or were the owner in AR at the time. This was in 2013, or it might have been 2012, and then in 2013, all that shit went to hell, or or somewhere around in there. I can't remember the exact dates, but yeah, I was getting ready to try to send them some stuff too, and because of the singing, it caused me to not even be able to rap for a long time. So yeah, I've had certain symptoms for years, but it used to be it took a lot more to set them off than what it does now. So, but yeah, that goes to what this shit has taken away from me. It's taken away working out. Now it's taken away driving. It took away my singing, and it took away my singing. It's took away rapping. Like, this shit has really fucking taken a lot of my life away. So, and it sucks because you know, a lot of people would look at me and they'd look at the hole in my foot and everything, and they'd be like, man, I don't see how you do it. And it sucks because it's not even the hole in my foot that stopped me. That's like, I used to go work out on crutches. I'd go in there on crutches. I'd grab the 45-pound damn plates and crutch to where the bar I was going to put them on. Hell, I'd grab the 100-pound dumbbells and hop with them. Now, this was in 2008 and 2007, before everything really before all my symptoms went to shit on me. But I'd go in there on crutches if I had, if I was on crutches for a while. I'd go in there, I'd grab the 100-pound dumbbells and hop back to a bench and fucking throw them up on my damn thighs and lay back and sit there and boom, push them out, drop them, and I'd go put them back and everything like that. Shit never stopped me, but this shit, this Chiari and whatever else is going on me, this shit sucks, man. And that's what these doctors don't understand. It's like, and I hate to sound conceited, but it's like I'm a fucking beast, and this stuff is stopping me, and y'all aren't getting it. So, much love from Toronto. Oh hell yeah, man, Dakota. That's another place I'd like to go, is Canada. I would love to go see the world. Like, I want to go see the world, and if I had the money, I don't know if I'd go. Because, like, with the stuff that I'm talking about right now, my Chiari, I don't know how I'd do in a plane going up, because whenever I go to the mountains, it messes with me. Like, they were going to do a hyperbaric chamber on me for my foot, and they ended up finding out they didn't, like, find out. I told them, about my experience in the mountains and everything, and then the doctors are like, oh, we can't do that. We can't put you in the hyperbaric chamber because the pressure change in it. They were like, we could possibly kill you if you, considering you experience stuff like that when you go to the mountains sometimes. So I never got the hyperbaric chamber treatment for my foot because of that. So even though I'd like to go see, Canada and Norway and New Zealand and fucking Switzerland and Italy and, like to go see Japan and all that shit, I don't know how I'd do in a plane. Because, like, going into the mountains, anytime my symptoms would really start, I could stop and wait on them to calm back down and then keep going. And then if I had to stop, I could stop again and wait on them to calm back down. If I'm going up in a plane, there is no stopping. That's what it is. We're going up. So I'm just like, well, fuck, man. Maybe I don't want to travel then. But I was just about to bring up TMJ. I developed it worse whenever I was younger and did a bunch of stuff that makes you grind your teeth. For me, it felt like my jaw would solidify over time. And that would have been awesome. So you had to quit the band. Yeah, man. Hell, Dubs, I hate you going through the shit that you're going through, too, because, shit like that sucks, man. I'm actually in Philadelphia right now. Oh, shit, Dakota. Hell, I'm in, did you go to watch the game? The Philly game? The Eagles? I'm in North Carolina. I'm not all that far from Charlotte. So, but yeah, I'm in NC. So you deal with all the health problems. You're a strong dude. Thanks, Dakota. Yeah. Though, I haven't really felt like it lately. I've been wondering, am I just a bitch? I really have lately. I've been looking at stuff and I've been like, dude, all the stuff you've pushed through, and lately you've been crumbling. Maybe I've just been thinking, maybe the doctors are right. Maybe it is a mental thing and you've just become a bitch because of all the years of just pushing through stuff. You're finally crumbling from all of it. But then I look at it and I'm just like, nah, I'm not a bitch because I'm still trying. I'm still doing shit. And the symptoms aren't the same as they used to be. So, and the symptoms that are the same, that used to only happen every so often, are now at a much more consistent and more intense, I guess you could say, rate. So, but, yeah. But man, y'all, I've been on here for over 2.5 hours. How old are you, Dubs? Cause I'm 43 and I've been experiencing this like I've been experiencing the QRE problems all my life. But 24, okay, yeah, see, I was older than you. What was I, 25? I think, yeah, I was about to turn 26 when everything got bad on me. But I've had the hole in my foot since I was 8. Was I 18 or 19? I've had the hole in my foot since I was 18. I've had little symptoms all my life. I got hit by the car whenever I was 14 and had to learn how to walk again and everything like that. So, accident happened when you were 19. Okay, so yeah, you've been dealing with the shit for 5 years now. You'll get better, man. Like, I've spent a lot of years with this shit, so you'll get better identifying things, because I used to not be. And the more aware you get of yourself, the better you'll get at identifying the triggers and everything. But yeah, I got a lot of years on you of, trying to figure my stuff out. So, and I've talked to a lot of people that's helped me. I've done a lot of reading. I've listened to a lot of lectures by neurosurgeons and all that shit, and I've listened to a lot of, like, even nurses and everything that I've seen, and I really think nurses and nurse practitioners are a lot more open-minded than the actual doctors are, or at least a lot of them that I've ran into. So, but yeah, like, you'll get there at being able to identify the shit. So, I mean, some stuff I still can't, like, if I were to break down other things, I can't articulate some of the stuff the way I need to. So, yeah, that makes a lot of sense, man. Again, I really appreciate your insight. It's so crazy how different things can cause multiple of the same symptoms. Ain't that the damn truth? Ain't that the fucking truth? Shit. Yeah, but yeah, it's damn. I guess I've been on here almost 3 hours. It's 1:42. I still gotta record. Well, I don't have to record because I got the video for tomorrow, but I still gotta make the thumbnail. So, and I have an AI image created, because see, I have a thing. Like, I've looked at a lot of YouTube videos. I have purposely tried to study stuff. And it seems there are more women ASMR videos that get more views and more subs than there are men. Now, I'm not saying that there's no men because there's definitely plenty of them that get a lot of views and get a lot of subs. But as far as channels taking off, it seems like there are a lot more women. So, which a lot of ASMR is sexualized too. But I have wondered, if I were to start putting a pretty female on my YouTube, on my thumbnails, would that help me get views? Because I've wondered, is it just my face? Or is it my thumbnails aren't good enough? Or whatever. Yeah, ASMR has been highly sexualized, and even the stuff that isn't blatantly sexualized, that it's not 100% obvious. If you're really paying attention, some of it still is. So, that's like Miss Bell. For as much as if I were to listen to, and one of her videos is one of my favorite videos. It's her baking video, but she uses her channel to push it. She uses her body and her legs and this and that. Now, she's not all up in the mic doing all that garbage, but she uses her legs and stuff to push. I think it's her OnlyFans. You'll see it pop up in the corner, in the bottom corner. So I don't really listen to her channel because of that, even though that her baking video where I think it's lemon muffins or something, is one of my all-time favorite ASMR videos. But yeah, like the ones that try to sexualize shit or whatever, I try not to listen to as much, even if it is actual good ASMR. So, hey, what's up, Christian? But yeah, so considering I've like studied shit and looked, and I might be wrong, but from what I've seen, women's ASMR channels seem to grow better than a lot of the men's channels. Like I said, I'm not saying men's channels don't grow, because look at Fred's ASMR. Look at Fred's ASMR. Look at Maddie Tingles. Look at some of the other men that their stuff is up there. Now Fred's damn sure gonna grow, because who does Fred ASMR look like? Fred looks like fucking Chris Hemsworth, and women love Chris Hemsworth. So now I think he looks more of like a mix between Chris Hemsworth and one of my other friends named Chris. Ain't that some crazy shit? I'm sitting here telling you that. My name is Chris. The dude looks like Chris Hemsworth. And the dude that I'm telling you it looks kind of like he's mixed with is a friend of mine named Chris. Chris is a really popular name. But, yeah, and my friend that I was telling you about earlier that would get dope sick and everything like that had the Roxy's, his name is Chris too. And then I got other friends named Chris. But anyway, what was I? Oh yeah, so you got Maddie Tingles, you got Fred's ASMR, you got Lloyd ain't as big as Maddie and Fred, but who is it, JoJo, and then you got a few other males that are way up there. But as far as like when you're looking at channels that are just growing and stuff, and channels that explode, they're from out of the gate or early on, from what I've seen, there is more women that their channels do it than men. So what I did was I've been using AI, just that's what I'm going to use for all my NFL picks thumbnails. But so I created for my brownie video tomorrow, damn, I'm at 15% on my battery. So I created a thumbnail with this. I put in the description was like something like pretty female holding a pan of hazelnut brownies or some shit like that. So I got that, and then I put ASMR on each side and everything with certain colors that were in the, because if y'all notice, most of the time my the wording that I'll have on the thumbnail matches colors that are in the picture somewhere. So but yeah, so I'm kind of wondering, I might use that as my thumbnail, but I'm wondering if I were to start using AI apps to create my thumbnails with pretty females, if it would cause more views to my channel. So I've thought about doing that shit, and because I would like to see, because I ain't gonna say all my thumbnails are good, because some of my thumbnails really aren't, but one of the things that they say to get more views on YouTube is to have good thumbnails. The majority of my thumbnails are way better than a lot of the other thumbnails. There's more to them. It's better to know, my thumbnails let you know it's ASMR. They're not low quality. I do all kinds of editing for them and this, and like I spend time, like there's times I spend more time on my thumbnails than I did making and editing the video. So, and if not more time, I spend like a really good amount of time on my thumbnails. So, but yet there is so many videos that have a shitload of views from even smaller channels, and it's mainly women, that there's really nothing to the thumbnail, So I look at that shit and I'm like, well, I wonder if I were to use a female face on my thumbnails, if that would help my views. So I'd like to see, because I'm just Y'all can tell by my post that I put on there. That's just, I'm really inquisitive. I'm always trying to figure something out. I'm always questioning things and this and that. So, and I know it probably gets on y'all nerves sometimes, but that's just me. Like, if y'all were to sit down and actually chill with me, we'd go everywhere on what we could talk about, just kind of like I have here. So, like how I've said on my videos, in person, my personality is it's the way I interact is different. Like, and I'm sure y'all can tell on my lives, I will talk like hell, and I will go through and I will talk about all kinds of shit. But on my videos, it's not like that. So, Christian, you might be late, but I appreciate you popping in, man. Appreciate that, Dubs. About your helping out comment. Dominic, I live in the same town where Matty Tingles lives. Oh, hell yeah. Where is that, Dominic? I know he's up north somewhere, isn't he? Matty Tingles is a goat. Love that guy. He's one of the main people I watch along with you. Yeah, I like Matty. Now, I don't listen to Matty as much as I do some of the others, which I actually do listen to females more than I listen to men. But like, I listen to Fred. I listen to Mark from Oral Fixated, AURAL Fixated. I listen to Lloyd. I listen to Maddie. But it's been a while since I've listened to Maddie. But I don't listen to as much. Like, I like more of an actual whisper and a clicky whisper, like Grace V ASMR, Soph ASMR. I think it's Soph ASMR, but her name is Sophie. Then you got Paige Turner ASMR. And then there's a few others that really clicky whisper. That's what I like. But like Maddie is really he's more soft spoken. And so, and it's more of like a upticked soft spoken, I think. So, but yeah. And Lloyd's a soft spoken, but I don't know. Lloyd is kind of like, can't think of the word to articulate what I'm trying to say. But yeah. But Maddie Tingles is definitely a goat in this shit. So I like Maria from Gentle Whispering ASMR, White Rabbit ASMR. That chick is creative as fuck. But her favorite video of mine is probably the Shigo, the one where Shigo. So she's pretty damn hot in that too. But hate to take it there, but yeah. So but yeah, there was something I was gonna say too about one of the ASMR artists, and I can't think of what it was. But, oh well, hell, I'm about to have to get off here anyway because my battery's dying. To me, I think your thumbnails are good for what level you are on. But using AI might be misleading because most of those pretty girls get views and money from pervs. That is true, Dubs. That is true, man. Like, I've thought about doing a video. I've really thought about doing this, and I'm glad we got on this right here, because tell me what you think. I've thought about doing a video of going through and reading all the pervy comments of people that of the pervy ass dudes that they put shit under these girls' comment section, because man, I be reading them sometimes, and it's just like, you simp ass motherfucker. Some of these girls ain't even reading these damn comments, and you're sitting here pretty much drooling all over them, telling them all kinds of damn crazy shit and this and that. And even if they are reading this, when they read your comment, they're probably fucking laughing at you. So I've thought about doing a video where I'm reading those comments, because I just think that would be a funny video. So, y'all, what do y'all think? Jake Baller ASMR, that sounds familiar. GB ASMR, I definitely know her, but I don't know. I couldn't. She didn't like do anything for me. Is that Dean? Yeah, Dean Galberry shit. What's up? That's an entertaining video idea. So Christian, you think that would be a good idea? Yeah. I thought it would be too, but I wasn't 100% sure how people would take it. So because even though I'm somebody that really loves dark humor, like I like fucked up shit. Damn, when it comes to humor, like the more offensive it is, and it goes for anybody or anything, the more offensive it is, the more I'll laugh at it usually. Now some stuff, there's a line, that it's just like, that's fucked up. Like, I don't even really laugh. I'm just like, man, that's fucked up. But for the most part, I like fucking dark humor and stuff. So, but yeah. So even though I'm like that, I do still realize that we're in a day and age where people are sensitive as fuck. Now it seems like people are getting out of that a little bit more, but people are still definitely sensitive as hell. So, the king, lad, the king of ASMR, hell yeah. Are you talking about me, or are you talking about somebody else that we've been talking about? Because, I mean, if you're talking about me, I appreciate it, but I don't know. I don't see myself as that yet. Even if I was bigger. But, yeah. So, same way. Kill Tony. Man, I love Kill Tony. I love that show, Kill Tony. What's the, man, Timmy No Breaks is fucking crazy. Damn, Timmy No Breaks, he's just like Andrew Dice Clay way back in the day, which Andrew Dice Clay, like, he was just, I don't know, Andrew Dice Clay, he was just so offensive, it wasn't even funny. So, yeah, but Timmy No Breaks, he's just crazy as hell. But what's the dude, old girl on there, she's kind of like shy or whatever. Long, like sandy blonde hair. Sometimes she has glasses, sometimes she doesn't. I can't remember her name. I actually follow her on YouTube. I'm subscribed to her channel, but I can't think of her name. But damn, there's a black dude on there that's funny as hell. And I want to say it's Cam Patterson, but at the same time, I'm kind of wondering if it's if the dude that I'm thinking of is a different name. But okay, yeah, I thought it was Cam. But yeah, I like. But yeah, I really like Kill Tony, and I didn't even know who Kill Tony was until the Tom Brady roast. Man, I love the Tom Brady roast, and Nikki Glazier killed that shit. Yeah, Nikki Glazier's been one of my favorites for a while, but I love the roast because those are just some straight up gruesome, all out, fucked up, damn, getting the motherfucker's ass jokes. So, and I like stuff like that, but that's like Anthony Jeselnik. Anthony Jeselnik is one of my favorite comedians too. I love his misdirectional comedy and shit like that. And I was listening to his abortion one 2 a.m. here. Oh yeah, yeah. It's 1:59 here. I'm in North Carolina. Any advice for senior year of high school? Shit, Christian, I don't know, cause I didn't even make it to senior year. I dropped out when I was 16. I dropped out when I was 16, started selling drugs and being stupid and doing everything to set my life behind. I'll tell you what, if you're thinking about quitting, don't do it. I had a friend that this was like my brother, even though it was weird because, like, in ways he was like my brother, but at the same time, that fucker was one of the ones that bullied me whenever we were kids. So, but he quit. He was a senior, and he was going to graduate early that year. One of the best guitar players that you'll ever hear, but I don't even think he touches guitar anymore. But he was in his senior year. He was going to be able to graduate early. And he was making straight A's, and he still wasn't even going to school. And the motherfucker quit. And I would skip school and go up to his house, and we'd get high all day and shit. Damn, he was the first person I smoked weed with. Him and his bass player. And his name was Adam, but whenever, I'd go up there on days that he'd lay out, and I'd go up there and we'd get high all day and everything. And then one day he told me he quit. I was like, dude, why the fuck did you quit, man? You were the only person. I mean, not you were the only person. You're still making straight A's, and you don't even go to school, and you're about to graduate in a couple months. Why did you quit? You don't even have to go to still graduate. That's how good you got it. Fucking dude quit though. But yeah, I guess for senior year, man, enjoy it. Like, I wish I could go back to those days. So stay in it, finish it out, and enjoy your time, because after that, life is going to get real. Life is some bullshit when you get older. So okay, bro, focus on the school. Yeah. Yeah, damn. Yeah, and just trying to think of what else to say. Like, even though I wasn't a senior, I was still at that age at one time. Just, yeah, pretty much just stay in school. Finish it out. Enjoy your time. Because, like I said, shit's getting ready to get real after you get out. And man, if you got plans to go to college, go to college. Get as much education as you can. And especially if that education is really going to get you somewhere and help you land employment and this and that, unless you're going to try to do your own thing, which would be great too. But definitely try to enjoy your younger years and make as many good decisions as you can earlier, because the better your decisions are earlier in your life, the easier it makes the rest of your life. So, yeah. Yeah. But y'all, I gotta get off here because I don't think my phone has, yeah, it's got 7%. So my phone's only got 7%, and I gotta get that thumbnail done for tomorrow. So I don't think I'm gonna use the woman on there, because it is, like Dub said, it'd be misleading and all this and that shit. But it does interest me to see how many more views I would get, because my last brownie video only has, I think earlier when I looked, it only has 700 and something. Like, my videos have been struggling to get plays here lately. So I would like to just do it. Appreciate the combo. Hell yeah, Dubs, it was nice, man. But yeah, I would like to see, just to test it out, I would like to see how many more views it gets. Because I have some different theories at why channels get screwed over and why other channels get pushed so hard, even when the quality of their thumbnails and the quality of their videos and everything isn't really all that great. So, but y'all take it easy. Hope y'all sleep good and everything. Or if you're still up, hope y'all enjoy your, if you're on the other side of the world, hope y'all enjoy your day or whatever. But I'm gonna get off here and y'all take it easy. Peace, y'all. Where's the stop? Well, shit.